What's going on, guys? It's Luke, a.k.a. Ingmar, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about the current status of Smash Ultimate, as well as a potential for Smash 6. So I invited a couple of the bigger names here from the Smash New Jersey scene to join me on this podcast-like style video and go over exactly that. And I'd love to get your guys' feedback as far as what you think about these podcast-like videos, because I do plan on doing a couple more of them. So in the comment section, if you do like this, let me know what you did like, what kind of topics you'd like for me to explore in the future. But I hope you appreciate what we have here, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second ever podcast I'm doing. I have with me the one, the only, Mateo, Too Clean Mateo.
Too clean.
I have King Koopa himself, a.k.a. the number one Bowser player in the world, arguably, Leon.
Hey. Hey.
And
They're
then,
going now?
and then center stage's own Yoshi player, Pharaoh.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? How are we doing tonight? Jesus,
I'm good. It's the weather's been nice finally.
Dude, honestly, it's been wonderful. Did you go outside yesterday?
Outside? Yeah, I went
Dude,
for a run.
it was
for a nice run.
So friggin' nice out yesterday. It was such a nice change of pace for once. So how's Pittsburgh been recently, Dave? I know you've been down there mostly. Is that west of here or that's south of here?
That's like really far west.
Got you.
It's
okay.
like it's almost the Midwest. So going over there, it's kind of cool because it's like you get like a different set of comp. You know, like you come here, you gotta play Jackal and like these guys or like Syrup or whatever. But then like you go there and it's like I had to fight Cosmos and Icy Mist and
I don't know if I would prefer Icy Mist over
Yeah,
Jackal.
it's
I
rough,
won't lie.
yeah. But
I
it's
mean,
cool.
you as a Yoshi player, you would not prefer that. No question about that.
No, bro.
So I was gonna say, Dave, being there on like a weekly basis, what were the difference in like the players you're meeting round 2, round 3, rather than the top players that you're playing from Jersey to there?
I feel like I'm more likely to go. Like I'm not saying like the region is like fine over there, but I feel like I'm more likely to go game 3 or 5 here in Jersey than over there. It's not like we know this. Like our lower mid level is just harder here.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is.
I would definitely agree. People tend to say that Tri-State is low-key better than most regions out there.
It's not low-key at all. We are just better.
It's hard. It's hard. Like here, New York, New Jersey, competing here, it's your round 2 or 3 is hard.
I mean, a lot of the top players from the world, both in Melee and in Ultimate, came from Jersey, so I'm not super surprised.
Nah, a lot of those players go out and then they go to a big tournament and then they're giving like super duper top players like a really, really hard time. A lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
We have our unranked beating like Peanut and Quid. And they don't get ranked.
Yeah.
You had Gons beating Dark Wizzy over a collision recently, so
that's such a Gons thing to do.
But I mean, to be fair, he was PGR'd at some point, so it's not like he doesn't have the talent for it.
He has the sauce like deep within him. You know,
it's just he's playing a garbage character.
Well, that
Game
watch. Okay, when I say garbage, I don't mean bad. I just mean the way that the character plays. Let's be real.
I was about to say that character's top 5.
Top 5?
I believe he's.
Yeah.
Is he
Top
not
5?
3rd right now?
Top 5.
As far as
I
the
think
official list.
the official list? Wait, actually, that's a good question.
Like top 10 somewhere.
I'll say a safe top 10, top 5.
I would probably argue top 5. I would argue that. Yeah. Especially.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, he
meta.
is 3rd.
That's what I thought, because it's Steve Sonic Game & Watch.
It is.
That's a newbie top 3. That's a newbie top 3. If you go by like who's the most noobiest, those are the 3 most noobiest characters.
I got you.
That's Smash 2024, right?
All right, so I want to just go around just asking you guys a couple of questions. First off, I want to just give you guys an opportunity just to introduce yourselves, kind of what you do. We'll start with King Koopa himself. So introduce yourself, and how did you get started and into Smash? And who did you? I imagine Bowser, but who did you start with as far as whatever game you started with?
So yeah, I'm Leon. I'm arguably the second best, whatever Bowser in the world. It's like one of the top 2 Bowser. I actually, when I started playing Smash, it was Melee. I was playing like Mewtwo.
Okay. Oh wow.
And, yeah, I was playing Mewtwo and just losing, and then I played Brawl and I was playing Lucas and losing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like getting like I didn't even know how to grab. And then Smash 4, I learned how to grab, and I played Bowser Jr. for a bit.
That
Picked
was
up
the big
Falco.
change. You learned how to grab. That
Yeah,
was the big
yeah,
change.
it was a big change for me. I wasn't grabbing people for the first like 10 years of Smash. You
I
know?
mean,
Now that's all you do.
a lot of people don't see that as an option. You want to hit the big green button like every Yoshi player out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Why am I catching a stray, bro? What did I do? That's crazy.
It's true, and that's probably why I grab so much now is to make up for all that time I wasn't grabbing.
Fair,
You know?
fair.
yeah.
So wait, you started as Junior? So what? I have to ask, what skin of Junior did you play? Like vanilla Junior, or are you playing one of the Koopalings?
Smash 4, I was a Lemmy man.
All right, I can respect that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not Morton. Morton can go to hell.
No, I don't play. No, I don't. He's
What?
Like
What did Morton do?
Okay,
Yoda,
I have.
Yoda
It's
kid.
kind of it's an inside joke with me and my friends. Whenever I'd play Mario Kart, Morton would always be like my immortal enemy. So I just forever hate Morton.
You have a lot of characters you really don't like. Like you really. Have a strong
Yeah, I know. I was saying
like every other character.
Bro,
name,
Morton's so cool.
Every other character we name, lame, trash.
I know.
Get him out of here.
He's been in my stream a few times, and
I
like
have.
a character
I
will
have.
pop up, and it'll be like, oh, Piranha Plant lame. Like,
I like
example,
Plant.
yeah.
I'm not Sean Ranger who thinks Plant's the worst character in the game.
Nah, that character's ass. And
Yeah.
I hate fighting them.
But keep going.
Not the
Dave.
worst in the game, though.
No, definitely not. So you ended up landing on Bowser eventually, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he just kind of clicked with me, and back then, you guys probably remember like Nairo, Smash 4 Nairo. He was hooking people up with Bowser. Like it was back in Smash 4, he wasn't a character. He was just up throw up air.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It felt good to like hit that on people.
Pivot
But then
grab,
Ultimate game,
up throw, up air.
pivot grab. You remember that pivot grab? Yeah, grabbing you from 3 setups away.
30 setups
crazy.
away. Your
Insane.
controller wasn't even plugged in. And you got
Absolutely.
pivot
I know,
grab.
yeah. It was. So yeah, that was me for a bit. And Ultimate, he's like a real character. So
Yeah. I mean, I would argue he was kind of a real character in 4. He wasn't a character until 4. Prior games, he sucked ass.
Well, yeah. When you put it like that, like yeah, because he was like usable,
Yeah.
but he just like when I say because he was just like a big old gimmick. Like he just
Yeah.
relied on, I'm gonna grab you, and kill you, and that's it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so Luke, how did you get onto Yoshi? Also, introduce yourself if you want. As far as
My name is Pharaoh. My real name's Luke. I'm probably the best Yoshi in America right now.
Woo.
I don't think it's a question.
I don't think that's a question either.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm the best Yoshi in America. I've just played Yoshi my whole entire life. My second ever game was Yoshi's Island, the port on the GBA.
Okay.
And I've just played Yoshi in every single game you can think of that you can. So when I have Smash, I just started playing him.
I see that. So was it the adorable factor? Was it just the cool little dinosaur? Was it?
He's green, and my favorite color is green.
And yet you play purple Yoshi.
Bro, you could have played Luigi.
Okay. The reason I play... Ew, bro. Yo.
Oh, you mean Green Mario?
No, we could have played Luigi.
Green Mario, yes.
So me and Leon, I'm already confirmed for regen. Leon's not sure yet, but we've been talking about who's gonna what top players from the EU we're gonna play at regen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like Bloom, I got that. I just beat Lima. Like I love the Bayo matchup. Bowser, Bayo's like solid, but like not great.
And I could take care of the Samuses because I've been doing good in that matchup.
There you go.
And then we talk about Luigi.
That's the problem.
I mean, he's
neither of us want to fight that character.
Arguably, he's the like OG freaking Kazuya of this game. Let's be real.
Yeah, he is.
He's just base game Kazuya.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so wait, so why purple Yoshi? If your favorite color is green, why purple Yoshi?
So, I think we can all agree objectively the coolest and best looking Yoshi skin is Black Yoshi.
100%. 100%. I miss the white Tims.
That's like an objective fact. So in Smash 4, I played green and black.
Okay.
Right? Just because like every person basically did.
Fair.
And in Ultimate, when I like actually started competing, Black Yoshi wasn't in the game.
Sadly, Carpet Yoshi
So
took over.
I started out playing Carpet out of spite because it was the same slot. And then I was just like, all right, I don't want to play this ass skin anymore.
See,
and
I
that's
so
when you became a
I
top player.
refused.
And
I
and
I
that's how you became a top
refused
player.
to play Carpet Yoshi out of spite because I hate Carpet Yoshi. I think it's
Yeah.
an abomination, both looks wise as well as the fact that he replaced.
I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea.
I mean, it's fine. I don't mind it as an idea. That's perfectly
I
fine.
think it gets
but-
a lot of hate because it replaced the Black Yoshi.
that's the reason why.
I think
It,
that's what
it
was.
replaced the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
And then it replaced the best one, and it didn't live up to par. So
No,
that's what I
it
think
100%
that
did not.
combination is like it's like you drop a hot album, and then that second album it just doesn't hit. Like, it's good, you know, it's solid.
Everyone
It doesn't hit
remembers
like
your first. That's gonna be the reality. You're gonna have the best album first, and then you're gonna have the subsequent. I was like, this one's
that.
fine.
Floppy said he likes
Fine.
Carpet Yoshi. That's a weird move, Floppy.
Floppy, that is a
yeah.
that is.
Flopper. I'm not gonna hold you.
No,
Flopper.
I'm not gonna yuck your yums on this one. But
that is a definitely a hot take.
I'm not gonna
I mean,
yuck
no,
your
a
yums.
hotter take is the fact that Pataya likes yellow Yoshi. I hate yellow.
I think that's actually worse than Carpet Yoshi.
That is-
I think yellow.
agree
I think yellow's the
entirely.
worst one. I hate
agree
that one.
entirely. But I also don't care. I didn't like Barney as a kid, and it reminds me of what was his friend's name? What was the friend from Barney who was yellow? Anybody?
The dinosaur, but
Yeah.
let's go past that.
Yeah. All right. So. All right.
I
So.
know what you
But,
mean, though.
So when I was like just tired of Carpet, I switched to Purple Yoshi. It was the first ever tournament I won. It was a Wi-Fi tournament,
Okay.
but I won with Purple, so I just played Purple ever since.
All right. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
My second most used though is green.
Yes.
You'll see the green secondary Yoshi come out at center stage every so often.
I mean, there's a reason why whenever I post you in the top 8, I'll have multiple colors of Yoshi that's just there because you don't have a secondary. You have other colors
His
instead.
Yoshi is funny.
So Matt, how did you get into Smash? And obviously, tell us a little bit about yourself and why did you end up landing on Palu after a while?
Oh.
I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Dave's
Sorry.
Dave, he said that. Dave
I
did
know.
that dumbass
I
face.
know. I'm like, oh, I know this.
Okay.
I play Smash just like everybody else. Everybody who had the GameCube. So I played Melee and played that coming up. And then I was a little older. Then I started playing Brawl. And even though I wasn't competitive with Brawl is like what got me hooked. I'm like, yes.
I mean, it got everyone hooked.
This
at
is
our
for
age.
me. I was like, this is for me. I remember a little Ike player running around thinking I was good, being all my cousins and stuff, thinking I was shit. And then Smash 4 came around, and then that was the first one. I'm like, yo, like, I don't just want to play this game. Like, I really want to get good at this game. Like, I really
Makes
want to
sense.
play it. And then I started doing, like, going into Twitch streams and, like, meeting people there, playing them, joining Skype servers, and then eventually Discord servers. And playing
Joe,
people.
Skype?
Yeah,
Oh my
bro.
god.
Yeah,
man.
it was
Yeah,
Skype back
man.
then.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to be on the cat servers grinding, bro. Like really trying to grind. I remember oh my god. Fawn. I met Fawn like back in like 2015, 2016 through something like that. Like and like just we were just grinding online. But that was the first game I got serious, and then that's when I started really attending tournaments. My first tournament I went with it was me, Biddy, Gons, and James, bro. And it was funny as hell. Me and Biddy got top 8 in doubles.
Okay.
Gons and James were cheesing everybody. They were using Luigi Ness at the time. They were cheesing everybody.
What tournament was it?
I think it was like a Qatar or a Collision or something like that.
Oh, it was like a big one.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
remember
Okay.
everybody was salty because this dude Venom came from Canada. And he beat everybody with Ryu. Like he took down Mr. E.
Yuck.
He took down like Void. Like he was taking down everybody. But I started playing there.
Void was in Tri-State?
Yeah, he came out for like a tournament. I remember that
okay,
tournament because
okay.
Nairo cheesed him and he was really sad about it.
That'll do it.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Old
My
My
Smash
age is
lore.
showing right now.
Yeah, old Smash lore, old head
So
stuff.
wait,
I did
Uh,
not compete in 4 whatsoever.
Yeah.
So wait, who did you play in 4 then? Because obviously it's not Palu.
So I started playing Samus, and then when I got a little bit more competitive, so Smash 4 Samus was kind of hype. I'm not gonna
Smash
hold
4
you guys.
was
Dash attack up beast
Yo.
at 0, so hype.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my god, dash attack to up B to kill people at 0.
That was
I
kind-
love Shine Spark, the best, most hype combo in the game. So
That was
true.
crazy.
Nah,
Okay, we
Samus-
have Steve's strongest contender here or defender, and Samus's big offender. Okay, so you're kind of gonna lose in this. I love you, Samus. He likes Samus. I'm
Samus
not
is
sure
cool.
about Dave, but
I'm like neutral about Samus.
Samus is fun. I would say Samus is fundies. I would say that.
Yes, I would
Samus
100%
is funny.
agree.
Oh,
Luke, not,
Lucas
all
Berg.
agreeing.
Lucas Berg.
Okay, so after
Okay.
Samus, you landed on what?
I started playing Dark Pit because Dark Pit was a good character to learn the game, just a super all around fundamental character, and I learned the game a lot through that. And then I eventually started playing Sheik because I was like, I gotta compete, I gotta play a better character. And
Was Sheik 4 good?
She was so obscenely
top, like,
broken
5.
that she
Yeah.
got nerfed like multiple times and was still
Oh yeah,
so
that's
broken.
true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Bro, back air used to kill. Like that game used to be big on really big 50-50s, and she had like 2 or 3 grab confirms to put you in 50-50s to kill you. And then that's when I started playing Sheik. That's when I got it really competitive with the game.
So did you go to that tournament you were just talking about? Did you play Sheik there, or did you play Dark Pit?
I played Dark Pit, and then I planned to play Tweak and Losers, and I was like, I don't got enough with Dark Pit. and he was playing Cloud at this time, and he's the top player, and I'm like, I don't really got enough.
Fair
and
enough.
then I tried Sheik, and it kind of was okay, but nah.
So Ultimate rolls around, and you're switching up. So what made you go to Palu?
So in Ultimate,
what is the story?
The beginning of Ultimate, everybody, and I'm gonna expose Dave here. I'm gonna expose Dave here too.
Oh no!
At the beginning of Ultimate, everybody was in that phase of like, oh, I don't know who to play. The new character seemed cool. Chrom was really hot at the beginning. Yeah. No one was trying to really play their main anymore. People were playing.
I don't know about that.
Nah, people were not trying to. So. And then Dave was goofy. Dave was playing like, bro, I think this Isabel really got something.
I was playing Isabel.
The obnoxious dog. Yes.
He was like, bro, I really think So, if he ever tells y'all he always believed in Bowser, do not believe him.
No, yeah, I was going K roll and bracket and shit.
I mean, everyone wants to play K Rool. He's an iconic character. How could you not?
So we were doing Collision, and at that time I was playing Fox and DK, and I was pretty good. I was mostly playing DK a lot more in bracket though. And Dave made it to next day, and we were playing back at his house, and he was like, "Bro, can you just play Palu? I know you don't play Palu, but like, can you just play Palu to give me some looks to get ready for the matchup?"
Okay.
Yeah, because I play against Nairo.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And we just played, and I was like, "This is it." I was like, "This is it." I was like, "Ooh, nair to nair auto combo." I was like, "I'm fucking with this." I was like, the ledge traps made sense, and I was like,
"Yo, I don't gotta think with my combos. This is peak. Let's go."
Nair, up air.
Yeah,
that was a very special tournament.
That was a special tournament. That will always have our hearts.
Amazing. Okay, fair enough.
But that was my play on Palu, and then I played it ever since. I definitely was like, at first wasn't fucking with it, but it made the most sense because it was an all around character who was a top tier, who had a good recovery and had like good things about her kit that could fit my play style. Yeah.
Okay. So for anyone curious about my Smash background, so I grew up playing Melee mostly. I started with 64 because I was, unlike Luke, old enough to actually remember 64 when it came out.
I'm just catching strays though. I get invited just to catch strays.
To be fair, I am older than all of you, so. But I played with that, and then our neighbor, my brother's best friend Jordan, got Melee, and we were going over there a lot to go play. And for anyone who recognizes the tag. My brother actually was one of the top players in the tri-state area in Melee. He was J Fox. He played Fox, obviously. He was a Fox Peach main, so kind of like what's his face? Who's the guy from Europe?
Armada.
So that was his main thing from there. He was also, so I was kind of his training dummy. Because when he didn't want to do things against CPUs, and he was labbing after looking at things from Smash boards, he's like, I'd be downstairs watching TV. He'd call me upstairs. I'm like, I don't want to play with you. This is not fun for me. I suck at this game. I don't want to play this. So I tried to get good with Marth. I tried first at Falco. I sucked at Falco. I tried to get decent with Marth. But luckily, because of my brother constantly having me train with him, I was better than all my friends. I was kind of the hot shit with my friends when it came to it. And then I moved over to Brawl. I was kind of Lucas, but more playing Diddy Kong because Diddy Kong was broken in Brawl like no tomorrow.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, Smash 4 Diddy Kong is the most broken Diddy Kong there is. Let's be real. So I was kind of winning all the time, and then eventually after a few years, I actually, when Ultimate was coming out, I was trying to get better at the game. I'm like, all right, I gotta beat a couple of my friends with this because I have friends who are actually better than me finally. And I started getting okay at the game, And then I had a reality check when I went to in 2019. I went to my first ever 8 on the break, and who was my round 1? This guy.
No way.
This
No
guy was my
way.
round 1 game. I'm playing as Dark Blue Yoshi. I'm playing against Palu, and I'm just getting rocked this
Oh my god,
entire
pre-patch
time.
Palu versus Yoshi.
Oh
no.
Mind you, this is 2019. This was pre-patch. Yes, this was this was
Fair not being able to get nared on his shield unless it's
it was so
face.
bad.
Oh my god.
I got completely rocked, and I'm just like, well, this is a wake-up call.
I was gonna say you told me that story before, but I didn't know that was a reality check.
Yeah,
I didn't
100%.
I didn't know that was like maybe
100%.
I shouldn't. Yeah.
So no, like I was better than most of my friends.
Yeah. No.
And I was on par with some with a decent amount of them. So I'm like, so a buddy of mine's like, hey, we should go to 8 on the break. I bet you do well. I'm like, all right, sure, why not? Nope. I went 1-2 that day. I unfortunately, so I lost to Matt round 1. I played a Bowser. Actually, no, it was a DDD in bracket. I played as Joker. Ended up squeaking out game 3. Thank God for that.
I bet I know who that is too.
I don't know, to be honest. It was a bad DDD player.
I'm not gonna say it though.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead.
DDD Joker.
And then unfortunately, I had to go against my friend who I was actually carpooling with to go there. I ended up
not
getting,
the carpool.
Yeah, I got little macked. I was not happy about it. I couldn't stand it. He knew how much I hated it. We went to game 3. I won with Ridley because Ridley just completely smokes it. I decided, you know what? Let's have some fun. I'll go back to Yoshi. I lost. And then I tried going Mewtwo for some reason, and I lost again. I'm like, great. This is great.
Is that where you hung it out as a competitor?
No, I actually ended up going to the break a couple more
Bro
times.
said, yeah, you went to 2 tournaments. Oh, you had to have given up, right?
So the reason
Give him a chance.
So the reason why I remember that one so much is I remember one because getting my teeth rocked in by Matt, but I remember it was Matt versus it was Christmas, I think.
Oh yeah.
It was Inkling.
Rollback.
It was Inkling v Palu, and I remember watching. I'm like, what am I watching? This is insane. I know people are good, but I didn't know anyone from a local scene would be this good.
Yeah, Christmas.
And then I remember when Matt. Fast forward to 2 years ago when I saw the name Mateo there. I'm like, why does that name sound so familiar? And I saw the Palu. I'm like, this is the guy. This is that guy. I know this face.
Full circle
So,
moment.
yeah. So I at this point I'm just running center stage. I love playing sometimes, but I'm not. I've competed a few times. I'm just like, I know my place. I know my place as far as the game. I've gotten better over the years. But I know my place.
I find it.
You gotta bring the Yoshi back. That's how you get back in it, bro.
It's funny because about 2 months ago, Matt and I were playing friendlies, and I was playing a bunch of different characters, and I played Yoshi. He's like, Luke, do you play Yoshi? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you should probably do this
you
more.
You should play Yoshi, yeah.
Yoshi's broken.
Yoshi's really good.
But what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say it's interesting you bring that story up because I mean, obviously we're all in Jersey, but it's weird. Well, the 3 of us at least are like all of our stories and Smash stories are intertwined because it was like I seen Dave before he became like the face of Bowser, and I seen Luke same thing before he became the face of like North American Yoshi, and it's really interesting to like for us to all be here in this moment and all our Smash journeys kind of have been intertwined.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I actually, that's also where 8 on the break, like right before COVID hit. That's actually also where I met Tom Pinkage.
Word, Tom used to go to that tournament.
Yeah, he did. There's a couple people I met from there, some of which don't compete anymore, but it was a lot of fun.
Word.
But yeah, it's interesting how things have kind of come full circle.
How things have really come full circle.
It's funny because the only time I ever even heard of Dave beforehand was watching HBox just going over certain like live streams and talking about Leon. I'm like, oh yeah, that's someone who actually plays Bowser. Awesome. And then I remember I'm like, and then I was told that he lived in Jersey. I'm like, wait, what? He lives in what? Yeah. What now?
Yeah, the local Bowser man.
I honestly did not know how many people who lived in Jersey or at one point lived in Jersey until I met somebody who shall not be named because they are a poison on this community. Let's just say they used to run Spectrum Gaming.
Oh, I was just thinking about this person.
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
I was,
That's
yeah.
actually
He was thinking about them.
that's
Well,
That was
I drove
before
past-
it was before your time, and that's a good thing it was before your time because you
Yeah, I
were
know,
still a
yeah.
minor.
I know,
and,
yeah.
uh,
Be thankful it's before your time. It's true.
Oh no!
But yeah, I drove past the old fusion venue, like that
Uh-huh.
big banquet hall that they have
Yeah.
in Winden, and I was thinking about that person in the old state. The old did you ever go to the old Spectrum venue?
as
Uh,
as far
the
as the
card
card
shop?
shop, no, I've never.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
No,
That is
it's-
classic,
it's-
yeah.
It's funny
Classic. We got
because
some
when I
great sets
said that
there.
I was be running center stage from a card shop over in the Woodbridge area, it's like it's not the same old Spectrum. I'm like, no, that closed down.
No, but
no,
it's tough.
no.
It's tough to see that like we were at that point there with the Smash community, and it's great to see where it's at now. It's like
100%.
there's a local every day. The big locals are being held in like really good spots. I really like the fusion venue.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I miss my premiere spot.
yeah, that
The
was
new
great.
fusion venue is so much better.
It really
oh
is.
my
It's so
gosh.
it's perfect for the vibe. It's perfect for what we're trying to do, and it's perfect for the energy we're trying to capture. So, I mean,
100%.
kudos to Collision Gaming, but just that, and then I'm also proud in the community. Like, we're not allowing BS.
No,
a lot
not
of times.
really.
I remember I'm not gonna name that person either, but that time where that person would spew out a lot of negative energy at tournaments, and it was like be obvious. And I feel like now we do a good job of just like. We're trying to really get rid of that, like no negative energy at tournaments.
No, it's something that I've tried to, at least with my spot, to cultivate as much as possible. To, okay, Biddy, are you really gonna make me do that right now?
Oh,
Oh
Jelly-
my God! All right, so I'm gonna have to conduct.
10 minutes?
All right, we're gonna cut
10 minutes?
We're gonna cut that down to 5 because I'm not doing
10
Kermit the Frog.
minutes?
Okay,
I can't believe you put that for 10 minutes.
It's usually during my normal stream that
LOL.
I
I
have.
bet he bits.
And then he proceeds to be LOL. Nah.
All right.
The follow-up cut.
All right, so I'm putting it on the clock right now. I'm putting it on for 5. So, I mean, for the most part, when it comes down
That's
to
insane.
it, when it comes down to it, I try to make sure that I've cultivated the right vibe to make sure that things are not as negative as things used to be. Try to point it out as much as possible. Talk to the people when they're there, and oh my God, this is not gonna go for 5 minutes. It's only been 20 seconds, and I can't do this right now.
Hold up, I need to get some information.
I
That was a lot.
I should be screen recording this.
But yeah, it was mostly just for the most part. It is like, anytime I saw any sort of negativity, anytime I saw any sort of toxicity, I would try to squash that out, including a particular player who's also ostracized, who moved to Florida, who used to play Pikachu.
I didn't know that they went to Florida.
Oh yeah, no, he was going to
Bro got the
tap for
insider
a while.
scoop.
The
Yeah.
dude and I actually got along for the most part. It was not much of a
In my
problem.
laundry, but
The guy actually was helping me out with streaming. He was helping me out with brackets. He was overall for me. He was not much of a problem until it was. And that guy. For those who don't end up knowing, all right. Bye, Kyle. Thanks for coming, buddy. When everything happened and he got banned from all the local tournaments. Fun fact: he actually stole a controller from me.
Wow.
what?
I ended up lending him my controller because his had broke, and he's like, "I gotta get a new one. Would you mind letting me
Jersey
use
Lord.
yours while I compete?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I have no problem with that. You and I are friends enough to be able to do that." And then everything went down. I ended up banning him. I ended up actually telling him on Discord the reason why, and then he never responded back to me. I asked for my controller. He still didn't respond, and now he lives in Florida.
So I was gonna say I want to change the topic. I want to
Yeah.
get into some more like competitor things.
Yep.
So question for
yeah.
you guys: since that shift went from you like your tags being like known, like oh Pharaoh's at the tournament, oh Leon's at the tournament. What were the difference in sets after that and before that? After people like, oh, that's a top. When people started looking at you guys like, oh, that's a top player. What were the difference in the sets you were playing after that and before that?
Oh wait, before you actually answer that question, I also want to know what was your original tags.
Oh no.
I have to know. I'll expose myself. I was cringy as hell. I was back in Brawl when you can only fit 5. It was Killer, Killr.
That is pretty.
Like,
Similar.
wait, do you mean in-game tag or like
In-game
actual
tag.
tag?
In-game
actual
tag.
tag?
In-game tag. In-game tag.
Oh,
Oh,
in-game
I
tag?
think
No,
it
no,
was-
no, no, no.
Oh
I
no,
think-
start GG tag. What's
Yeah,
your
like when they
original?
call you at the
Yes.
tournament,
What is
yeah.
your original tournament tag?
I don't know if you've just been doing like, Leon, if you want to start with that, because like you're like older in the scene.
Are you calling
Oh,
Dare! I said old
Yeah,
dare!
go ahead.
Yeah,
He said, "Go ahead, Grandpa. You can go ahead."
Yeah, Grandpa.
Yeah, all y'all are old. How about that?
He's not wrong.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I'm 31. I'm the grandpa here.
You guys are talking about the
What?
break and Spectrum
break.
and Smash 4, and I'm just like, yeah,
Well,
Ultimate.
I think this is a good time for me to give my supervillain origin story
Oh,
really
boy.
quick.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So I've had a few different tags. I had like 3 different tags before I settled on Leon. The first one of them was LS Dave, which I'm not gonna go too far into that, but that was
LS
one
You
of them.
get it. You get
LS
it. As if
Dave,
you get it.
yes.
You get it.
If you get it, you get it. Yeah.
Oh,
my
no,
other one,
bro.
my other tag was Papa John's, and this is the only
Delivered to
time.
you hot and ready.
Papa John's.
Hot and ready.
It was
That's
Papa
2-0. That's
John's.
hot and ready. That's a hot 2-0.
What?
That's a hot 2-0.
My supervillain origin story was I went Papa John's, I went 0-2 losing to Ganon and losers, and the crowd was like, "Boo, Papa John's, your pizza sucks." Literally in like the basement of some Staten Island local, and ever since then I was like, I'm gonna be better at this game. Like I'm gonna be better.
That's what it was.
I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair, Papa John's in Jersey is just a sin.
That's
It's
true.
right?
Alright.
I don't.
Wait. Let's get back to that, but I really want to know the answer to that question.
All
I
right,
really
yeah.
want to know the answer.
As far
to
as-
how are the sets different once you like?
What do
people
you
start-
What do you mean by that? Like the vibe or like the comp?
vibe, the comp, and like how you feel going into the set? Like, do you feel like did you feel like people were trying harder to beat you? Did you feel like it was harder to get dubs? Like, do you feel like it's easier because you have the top player thing behind you? Like, what? Like, do you know what it is? What is it?
I bet Leon feels this far more than I do, but some people will just throw against me because it's so obvious when they get nervous because they're like, I'm about to beat Pharaoh, I'm about to beat Leon, I'm about to beat Tweak, or like something like that, and they just throw. They'll do like
Yeah.
the stupidest option ever, and then you'll just like top player them, and it's like internally it's funny, but I don't know, for me, I feel bad a little bit when it happens.
Have you ever felt like you've been in the opposite spot?
Where like I feel like that I've felt that like
when you're
kinda.
like when you're like I'm about to beat this guy, I'm about to beat this guy, and you're like, damn.
Oh
what happened?
yeah, that's happened
Okay,
to me
yeah.
so many times.
Okay.
Oh my god, Jude is a bum.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that, bro. Jude is a bum.
How about you, Dave? Do you feel like sets got harder? Do you feel like sets became easier?
I feel like it's like a mix of things because, like Luke just said, like some people, I think people like psych themselves out a lot when they play against like a name, like, oh, I'm playing against Mr. E or something, and I'm like, it's like they really want to beat you and stuff. So
Shout out to
sometimes
the
they
Mr.
kind
E insert. Shout out Mr. E.
yeah, I just
Shout
like
out Eric.
pull the name out, but like they get like too psyched up. But then other times, like people really want to beat you and they're like locked in, like they're just like sweating, huffing and puffing, like trying their best, and yeah, I just think I will say this is a vibe shift though. I remember I'm not gonna name the player, but I beat them at like a Spectrum in Smash 4 or something. They were like, "Wow, lost to some shitty random." Like that's what they said. So that's a huge thing. And now if I beat that player, they'd be like, "Oh, I lost to Leon," you know.
Oh, that's
Yo, I feel
funny.
like someone has said that about me after a local win or something.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
That's a local one.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
somebody
kidding,
probably
bro. I'm
did say that.
kidding, bro.
It's funny that you say that, Dave, because there's a particular player who I can kind of who describes both of those spectrums you just put, as far as the psych themselves out because it's a name, but also lock in because it's a name.
I know exactly who you're talking
Who
about.
you know
Yeah,
exactly what I'm talking about. I love you, BD Bean, but that's exactly
Oh,
what I'm talking
yeah.
about. That is BD Bean to a T.
Oh my god.
That
I was thinking about-
character.
Luke, were you thinking about the same
Constantly.
person as I was? I think me and Luke were thinking about another person, about the same person.
I was thinking about somebody very different. I don't know why.
Yeah, but BDB is a good example of that.
He is
Brad
a great example
Brad
of
pulls
that.
up to tournaments just to beat that.
Oh,
player.
he goes
Brad-
to tournaments because there's a person going there.
Yeah.
Mans drove from North Jersey to South Jersey because Tweak's going to a local.
Brad.
And I give
Yeah, I
him
wonder-
props for that, honestly.
No, that Brad is hype. It's just funny, like sometimes, like, are you going to win the tournament, or are you just going to beat like that?
Yeah, like, what-
He has told me. I've asked him like, "Yo, is the reason you compete literally like just to beat people?" And he said, "Yes, I do not care about winning tournaments."
Okay, that's hype. That's hype.
Honestly,
And like, you just
That's
gotta
right.
respect that. He
I
just wants
do.
to ruin a top player's day.
That
And that's
attitude is just
awesome.
like, listen, I'm not gonna win, but you're not either.
You're
know,
not.
like,
I'm gonna be the freaking villain here.
He's
I'm
like,
gonna
I'm about to
make
ruin
sure
your
you
day.
don't. Oh,
that is
amazing.
so real.
That is so good. That is so good.
I think
That's why-
I think it was that, and when 9 Super Pie was competing, it was to beat out 9 Super Pie, like
Uh-huh.
whenever he could, because they had like beef, like friendly beef, obviously.
So you don't have to name them, but who the heck are you guys thinking of?
I was thinking about Gavin. I was thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking of-
yeah!
Yeah.
I
you
don't even
see?
know him.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's the first thought that came into my head.
He said, "Try hard, sweaty nature."
Gavin, you're not a bad dude, but I feel like that's definitely if someone was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, oh.
That's funny.
Oh, no.
That's funny as shit.
Like,
I was
I
thinking
gotta
about
give it to
Gavin.
him. He tries so hard.
No,
He
Gavin
does.
is one of those.
Make Bob
Yeah.
lock in his generational.
I still haven't played him. I've never played him before.
Really?
So,
Dude,
That's
yo,
That's
get
it.
ready to go to time every game, bro.
I
Every
go to
single
these
game.
locals.
Someone-
And I played. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say someone insert the John Cena rock meme.
Oh
but
my
go ahead.
god.
Yeah.
Dude, I just there's some people like I played Steezy on Monday for the first time probably ever in Ultimate.
Really?
What?
Nah,
Really?
That's cap. Y'all-
Ask him. Maybe
nah.
one.
Wait,
Nah,
Steez,
nah,
Steez,
nah.
I saw you in chat. Is that real?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
That's cap.
it
Bro.
is.
I remember y'all playing at the old Fusion
Ever?
venue. Nah, they played at the old Fusion
In
venue.
Smash 4 we did, and we maybe
In
we have one
in
set.
Ultimate, y'all have a set. I definitely
Maybe
know
we
y'all
have
a set.
one set.
No,
But
even
that-
Steezy's saying it.
No, he said yes.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah, he's here.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, maybe we have
Ever
one
is
set, but we
crazy.
genuinely
Y'all
for
definitely
all
have
the
a set.
locals. Sure. But for all the locals we've been to, I haven't played them in probably like 3 or 4 years.
He's saying it in chat. We played one time.
One time. Like that was the point
That
I'm
is-
getting. There's
that's
people I just
crazy.
don't play like ever.
That's fair. So I mean, what about you? As far as it being like one of the PR players throughout Jersey,
I
did
don't-
things change for you?
I don't really
or-
feel like it's that different for me because for me it's always been at like a local monthly level. So I've never felt that type of like, oh, like I'm really trying to beat you. There's people who like are happy to beat me and like they pop off when they beat me, but I don't feel that
Mhm.
mid set or when I sit down. I sometimes in like individual matchups when if I beat somebody like 6 times in a row,
Mhm.
like or something like that, or I beat them multiple times in a row. Then it gets like that.
On the
Luke popped off on me. Luke popped off on me hard as hell. First
Yo,
time he
you
beat
used
me.
to farm me so hard,
Yo.
bro. Don't even. I deserve
Luke-
that.
Luke, you didn't even pop off on me.
That's the first time I felt that. That's the first time
I popped
felt-
off in the car. Don't worry.
Oh, man. And that was the most tame. You're like, good games, man. But
To
you
be
beat
fair,
Maggie.
Dave-
Oh, yeah, dude, listen, I'm not gonna pop off over a 3-0. That's so BM.
That's
To be
true, that's
fair,
true.
you also immediately, as soon as it ended, and I know that both of you took this as a good sport. Immediately, you turned to him and said, "You're never beating me again."
Yeah, I did. I
we
did.
literally just, I
But
literally
I
just
told him-
hinted at that.
After I told him on Monday, I was like, "Wait, you're definitely gonna beat me again." Hold up a second. He beat.
Yeah,
'cause the other day he beat like Lima. He beat like I don't know.
Lima,
He just, like
Justice, and
murdered
Nutag,
that
like
entire
the
region that day.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I found
Yeah.
out I beat like literally half of South Carolina's PR that day.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was really
By
funny.
the way, Dave, Steve says 2018 when the game came out was the
Yeah.
only time you guys played outside
Yeah.
of Monday.
But that was so long ago. Like that was what I mean. Like I haven't played Steezy in like 4 or 5 years. 4 years. Like Ahmed Bob. Like there's just people that go to these and I go to these and we just never play. Like we just never play.
That's fair.
Dave, how do we have more sets than you have sets with Steezy?
I don't know. I just they
What?
never see us into each other.
To be
Like, they
fair,
never-
at least with us, at least like me at center stage, I make sure that a lot of unless things are really conflicting, I try to make sure that the like the MBS people don't play each other really early, or the Spanish Kings don't play each other really early. It's always gonna be later on because you guys are play all the time with one another. So I'm trying to be courteous of that.
And that's why I always have to play against Kazuya. And that's and that's
it just
why
always
it's
works out to Matt playing a Kazuya. Like, no
and that's
matter.
why I have to always play Kazuya. great.
Well,
Yo,
That's
we
actually-
should talk about Kazuya, bro.
That is actually a great segue because I was actually going to go in the first question. So, how do you guys feel about the current state of the meta? We're not going to go into how things can be fixed. I want to just talk about the current state of what you guys feel about it.
I honestly, to keep it a super buck, I think it's at a really healthy spot. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think the game.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
like the way there's counterplay to almost every character in the game, even the overtuned broken ones. People, you could do it with your low tier guys. You could do it with not all low tiers, but you can do it with your mid tier. Like you can.
Yo, he took that back a minute. Not the low tiers. The mid tiers, like maybe.
Yo, you can go play Ike and be successful. You know what I mean? You can go play Piranha Plant and be successful.
I don't know if Ike is mid tier.
We're not. No, I'm not doing this. We're not gonna have a.
We're not gonna talk about
in this conversation. I'm not doing this.
No.
But like,
I mean, Mega's proven that as far as Ike goes, how well he can.
there's like players again. There's like players out there. People be playing.
I got folded by an Ike player like 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got my back blown out.
So hey.
Pause.
Yo,
Hey, yo.
I'm just saying.
Hey yo.
Bro took it there. But yeah, like, and for me, it's a little different for me because I'm obviously still heavily in the scene, but these guys are definitely heavily in the scene more. But from when I pop out to things or see tournaments, if you're good enough, you can find counterplay to anything, and if you're good enough, you can make your character work. You know what I mean? Like that dude beat Leo with Banjo. So like you can do it with any of your characters, and I think that's really healthy for the game. And like people are still popping out, still going hard, still figuring new stuff out, like coming out with new tech. So like for it being 5 years, I think the game is at a great spot.
Did you see that DDD can like take away Mega Man's up air for the entire game?
What?
What?
Because of neutral B?
Yeah. So like if you like inhale Mega Man's up B a specific way, he can't up B the.
Oh,
I mean not up B,
up B,
up air.
Up air.
Up
Up air.
Up air.
Yeah,
How?
sorry.
So he shoots
I-
blanks.
If you
You need to
inhale
see
his
a clip.
up air a specific way, he can't up air the rest of the game.
So
I need to see a clip.
does he shoot blanks when he does up air?
Yes,
Oh, he
it
shoots
literally
blanks.
nothing comes out.
Damn,
That's
crazy.
so weird. Now,
Like
wait,
there's so much tech in this game.
is that specifically just it's any projectile? So does that count as
They found it out with Mega Man up air and Sheik side B.
what about freaking Game & Watch's up air?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so because that's a continuous move that comes out all the time. Like
You
that's
can
it.
inhale Mega Man's up air, and then Mega Man can't use it anymore at all.
For the whole game, even if he loses
Bro.
his stock.
I need to see this like in action. I feel like
Pull up the.
I'm
Twitter clip.
gonna try to find it, but
But
it was
I need this
insane.
Twitter clip.
But-
That's crazy. I'm about to start playing DDD, bro.
But,
That's
but back
that
to the
is wild.
question: how do you guys feel?
How do you guys feel about the current meta? How things are at?
I agree with you, Matt. I think the meta is in a pretty healthy spot.
Yeah.
I think obviously there are overtuned characters like Sonic exists, Rob exists, Steve and Kazuya exists, but like I think people just need to learn the matchup. Like unwinnables are being proven not that unwinnable in bracket unless you're playing a low tier unwinnable, and like the top 8s are all so fresh. Like Battle of BC had a Banjo and a Jigglypuff in top 8.
That's wild. What?
Yeah,
And there were 0 Steves in that top 8 too. 0 Steves, 0 Kazuyas. It's like there's no like Steve is over centralizing in like the mid level, sure, but like when you look at like the higher levels, like the game looks really, really healthy.
And as far as a play style too, it's a melting pot at this point. Because if you want to be the guy who I play Wolf, I play Palu, and I play Roy and I'm clean, you can do that. Or if you want to be, I'm super technical with like Mega Man and like win tournaments, you can do that too. Or if I play a heavy character and I just get all my shit, Chunky Kong has proven it. Dave has proven it.
Freaking Noodles proven
No,
that.
the motherfucker.
Yeah, Sky
Skyj, yeah.
Skyj's proven that,
He's
yeah.
proven it. Like whatever you want to do with your character, if you're that good, it's proven that you can do it. You know what I mean?
I think this meta has forced people to get really creative with a lot of the
You
things
gotta
that they're doing.
get creative.
Like the fact that Banjo's up and been doing really well. The fact that Corrin's had a resurgence recently.
That's yeah.
Like
Corn
there's
is
so
awesome.
many characters that have such untapped potential just because by the tier lists and
If
whatnot.
you want to be a Shoto player, if you want to be whack like that, you can go be a Shoto player.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, if you
I-
want to do that. But
even that, like everyone was writing off the Ken and Ryu, and then out of nowhere recently, they've been doing really well.
yeah, Asimo is top player, beating other top players. You
Yeah.
know, that guy's crazy.
So what's your opinion on it, Dave? How do you feel?
So
about
how do
the
you
current
feel
meta?
about the current meta, Mr. Bowser?
I honestly, I agree with you guys. I think it's a really well-rounded. Like, I feel like it's not like a melee where it's just like you're gonna see the same like five characters.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
It's a thing where people are getting so good with their characters. Like, I know we keep talking about the banjo guy, but like, bro, like people were learning like the Kazooie turnaround cancels or whatever, and
Mhm.
like for so long, and that guy is like optimizing them, and he beat Leo with it. You know,
Yeah.
like people are pushing their characters so hard that I feel like every bracket is like you'd be surprised which character
And
can make a run.
and as a fan of the game, I think that's just so cool because I feel like
Mhm.
you're seeing characters. You're like, damn, I never thought I could see that character. Like like I said, we keep referencing the banjo guy, but I was watching that set and I'm like, bro, he's putting him in like checkmate situations with banjo. Like you literally die here at 60, like
Yeah.
with banjo,
Yeah.
and that, you know what I mean. That's just cool to see as a fan of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you see it all the time. Like
It-
whether it's or like Sky J in a grand finals or
Which is still so
Corin
insane.
on the rise. Like the list just goes on and on. Base Mage and Pup.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like almost every character can make a run. I'll say almost because I think
There are
Ganon.
characters that can.
Like I don't think Ganon. Like maybe, but I think Ganon's one of the few characters that's like too bad. You know, like
He's just his flaws are just so
So
exploitable.
how do you guys feel as playing base as being solo main base game like character? You guys play solo main base game characters. How do you guys feel about that in this meta?
Yoshi's broken, bro. I'm chilling.
yeah. I feel like we probably
He's
probably had
he's
different
playing the
opinions,
mid tier.
yeah.
I'm playing a borderline top tier, bro. I'm
Because like
good.
they dropped all these DLC, but like Yoshi does fine against Steve.
Yeah.
Yoshi is better probably against Kazuya, I'd imagine. Like it's so it's
Yoshi
probably
beats
very
mid.
different.
Yoshi like beats half the
Yeah,
DLC.
Yoshi has definitely aged well.
Oh, extremely.
Yoshi has definitely aged well as a character throughout the meta.
Mhm.
But you still feel to a point. I mean, obviously, because you guys are still solo main the characters, but you guys still feel to the point like I can still do it with my character at a high level, no questions asked.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you
I mean,
feel
when
at this point?
number 8 in the world solo mains your character, it's like
It's more-
it's
it's more
all
boost.
me.
Word.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I feel I honestly don't feel like my character can do it all the time. And it's funny because like I know I'm always bringing this up and it probably drives people crazy, but people look at the Japanese Bowser and they're like, "Oh, he's so much better." We lose to the same stuff. Like we lose to the same stuff. We lose to Sonic, we lose to like Game and Watch, we lose to Kazi. Like we lose to the
I
same
see
stuff.
Hero fight T, and I'm like, I'm just gonna
it's
turn the
over.
stream off.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
a fast 3-0.
Yeah, that just is what it is. I
Dude,
feel like the
Hero
meta-
used to farm T when before Kazuya came out.
Yeah, and then Kazuya came out. That goes to show. So I feel
Yeah.
like I think Yoshi, like if we're talking about Luke, I think Yoshi can do it on his own. I don't think Bowser could do it. I think he can top 8 things, but like
But
to
not
take it
win.
all the way, you'd either need like a Cinderella bracket or like you'd have to whip out a secondary. Like that's just
So,
what
do
I
you
feel.
feel like that you might be hitting a certain wall where you might have to pull out a secondary here and there, or are you just gonna stay dedicated to Bowser at this point?
It's funny because I think every single Bowser player I've ever seen has hit a plateau with the character. Like, yeah, we could top 8 a big event. We can maybe win a regional or something, but like to really push it all the way, I just don't know if Bowser has it in him.
Mhm.
So I would consider it, but then it's like the secondaries I pick is like Hero and like Banjo and stuff. So it's hard. Like,
I know
but
you've
they
been
could
trying, Terry.
Yeah. So
Bro,
yeah.
I told you the solution. I told you this a
Yoshi,
year
yeah.
ago.
A Bowser Yoshi coin would be like
That would be
insane.
wild. Oh my
That
god.
that guy would be the most annoying person to play against like ever.
That could be you.
It could be, yeah.
What about
but-
you, Mr. Fundies, with your base game?
Fundy.
Paolo can do it solo. I don't want to hear him say it.
Yeah, Paolo, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were really worried when she got nerfed, especially with her back throw being nerfed as much as it was. But I feel like she's still definitely viable.
She's solid. She's a good character in this match.
I say Mr. Fundies because you like I've seen you play so many different characters throughout the couple of years I've known you playing Pichu, playing DK, playing Roy, playing Mario. I'm just like what?
Fundies, man, fundies. We credited to the Fundies goats. Man. The Fundies goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Paulo's a good character. I think Paulo can win like any level tournament.
Yeah, you
Like,
just gotta be clean with Palu. With Palu,
Yeah.
it's more about just not being predictable.
Mhm.
I feel like once you can learn how to mix things in with Palu and use your options, you can play. And just learning how to mix up that tempo from being aggressive and being campy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing, and especially when I see myself playing Palu.
All right, I'm gonna give this opportunity for a couple people because I want to get some other people's takes on this. How do you guys feel about the meta? If you want to join in real quick, I'm gonna give you guys about 30 seconds each. Go into the general voice chat. I'm gonna pull you guys in, so I'm gonna let them open it up. But I'm also gonna ask the question: if you guys wanted to change one thing about the current meta, and don't just say, "Oh, just nerf Steve," I would love to hear it. For me personally, I would love to see, I've had arguments about this on Twitter, but I would love to see a way to disincentivize timeouts. I think going into time is the most boring BS I've seen ever. I can't stand it. It's so boring. It results into these non-games of people not interacting with each other whatsoever. I wish there was a way, and the elephant in the room on that one is obviously Game & Watch and Sonic. Like, those two characters are how those happen the most. But that's my thing. I can't stand those. Those are just the most. It's not games. It's just nothing. It's basically a standby
That would be
loading
something
screen.
that would have to be like a general rule change. I think that would be like
How to implement it, I'm not sure, but
I don't think you can.
if you make
You just-
if it was like if we did 3 stocks and then we up the time, I think it would be harder to time somebody out for
100%.
9 minutes. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
You think
I
somebody
think
would go
people
even
will
harder?
still do
Oh,
it.
people will still
I think
do it.
people will
I
still
don't.
do
But
it.
I think it would be harder to get.
it would
that
definitely
far.
be harder.
You
but
know what I mean?
I don't think 2 minutes.
The thing is
gonna
that
change
it'll
it.
be harder, but could you imagine if Gavin had a
I
10-minute
knew you were gonna
timer,
say that. I
and
knew
then,
you were gonna say
listen,
that.
and then the local takes an extra 2 hours because he's going to commit to the
That's what
timeout
I'm
every
saying.
time.
That's what I'm saying. That would be my only way to disincentivize it. Like if you really want to time out, that means you play a game for 10 minutes. Like,
I
you committed
think
to that.
honestly, the only way I can think of it is at least with Sonic specifically, and even with Steve, because with the fact that he can constantly re-grab and with the blocks on the ledge, that in
Sephiroth.
itself is like how people would ledge would be.
Oh,
Ledge
I think
camping.
we should ban that. I think
Ledge
Steve
camping?
planking should
Yeah.
absolutely
Ledge
be
camping
banned.
is exactly
Yeah.
something we got rid of
Yeah.
in Melee. That should not be allowed.
I think Steve players should not be allowed to sit below the ledge and just keep refreshing
No.
invincibility.
Not
That is extremely unfair.
I
and-
think
and unfun.
refreshing it with like Anvil, that's fine. Cause that like burns a resource.
Yeah,
like-
you can't do it forever.
Yeah, but
you
like
have to go back.
using blocks and then like mining
And
so you
mining
get
for
diamond
more stuff.
uncontested and stuff,
Exactly.
that's dumb.
That-
No,
that-
that should be
that-
banned.
That should be banned. That and like that. What is that thing called where you hit them at PMLG, whatever it is?
PMLG, the
but
problem
that's
with that
like
is
that's like
hard.
already banned everywhere, you
Yeah.
know? Like
It's
that's not an
hard to
issue
really
anymore.
even like track that. But the other thing is, I was thinking is, like, as Sonic, you can't just run around. You have to actually try to go in with it. Like, I people have said, oh, there's like a shot clock sort of thing of every 30 seconds. I'm like, I would.
How do you implement a shot clock in
That's
Smash?
and that's the problem. That's
like
the
you
hardest
need
thing.
like imagine like you're at a major and then someone's like, "Up, they didn't abide by the shot
and
clock, so
that's
now
the
you have
problem.
to save the
And-
replay,
yeah,
watch it over."
That's the problem. That's it's the same thing when we were trying as far as banning like PMLG just with that. That's why a lot of people just banned Steve outright because it was hard to really track that. But
Yeah,
that's the one thing I would love to try and like.
I think
see
that
less.
yeah, like I said, I don't know if there is.
I
a
actually
way-
disagree with that one. I think it's very obvious when a Steve goes for PMLG because
I-
they'll hit you. They'll just
Fair.
hit you. It's so it's like it's so PMLG. All the Steve mains gaslit everyone so hard because it's not hard to do. Justin Violet was doing it after a week.
Yes,
And-
I watched Iken, the Ryu player. He did a stream like as a meme, like how many PMLGs could I get? He was getting one every game.
That's
Like
crazy.
it's not hard. And it's actually insanely broken in some matchups because some
Uh-huh.
characters would just they would just like not be able to approach or get any combos.
My camera just shut off. Give me one
Yeah,
second.
your camera looks like the crab here.
Yeah, I knocked.
Yeah,
I knocked
It's-
into my desk and I decided to go.
But I don't think
Cool.
Steve should be banned or anything. I think that's
No,
stupid.
I don't think he's like bannable, but I think at least like the stalling should be like illegal.
I agree
All
wholeheartedly.
right, so we have our first person that we're going to bring in. Yeast, you got 30. All right, so Yeast, you got 30 seconds. So what do you think of the meta, and what would you try to what would you want to change?
I think, honestly, the biggest thing that like we could change up in this meta is definitely the stage selection, because it's different everywhere, and I hate it. Like, have a unified rule set, and at least make the rule set interesting. Because we
Okay.
have like the exact same stage types. Like, honestly, I'd be so down for like 3 bans if you throw in Kalos and Yoshis.
Yes, Yoshi's.
Oh, you guys are sick.
Man,
I might be a cheater. I might be a cheater. Okay.
That's sick. That's sick. To
There's
put Kalos
things-
and Yoshi and
there's
make it
things-
that's sick, bro.
I'm a Bowser player. I benefit from Yoshi's, and I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want
like,
Yoshi's
so
if
awesome.
only because, as much as I love the walls, I hate the slant. The slant is just.
I think it's just the 3
No.
things of the slant, the wall, and the short ceiling. The short ceiling is
Or
like
even just do the invitational thing, where you could where banning a stage bans also like multiples of it. Like, you don't even have to do the hazards on thing.
But that's tough, man, because like if you ban Yoshi's and Battlefield are different, but that's technically the same
Yeah.
kind of stage.
Yeah,
I
Like,
agree.
The same characters benefit from it.
Yeah, I get what you're coming, what you mean. I would love to have a unified rule set at this point, as far as with stages, because that way you don't have to kind of, oh, I'm going here, and they still have the Star Fox.
The only thing I
place.
hate
Lilat.
is
Lilat.
Lilat. It's
Lilat-
literally
Nah,
Lilat.
Lilat shouldn't be.
Lilat should never be
no.
legal.
They have Lilat legal in Australia, and I had no idea why.
Yo, how y'all
I
feel?
know.
How y'all feel about places having FD as a counter pick?
That's an
I
interesting.
like it.
fine.
I like
Okay.
it.
Do you like
I
that?
it.
I
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
it if it's as long as Town isn't the counter pick.
Gotcha,
I mean,
gotcha.
Town isn't the starter.
Got you.
Yo,
Because some
people-
regions
yeah,
have Town as the starter, and Town is the most polarizing stage in the game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it-
Interesting.
Yeah.
FD is not. Maybe I just the Bowser player perspective. That is not a neutral stage.
All
Like
right.
that is not a neutral stage.
So
Yeah.
I wish they would fix Palu, because I want Unova back. I want Unova back
I disagree.
so badly.
I think Unova
I
is
love
not a good
Unova. It's
stage.
such a good stage. What do you mean?
Well, isn't it just like small battlefield kind of like? Isn't that what? I
No,
don't really
the thing
remember.
is that the platforms are so high, like you have to full hop to get to them.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. The
And,
only
like,
reason
this-
why it's banned is because Palu does the bounce off.
I haven't
bull
thought about
crap.
Unova in years.
It's so
Bro,
good.
Unova, bro.
I
I was playing on
loved it.
Unova in 2019.
Bro.
Why do people like Unova so much? The blast zones
Unova.
are like mid. The stage itself is like mid.
That's my take.
It,
That's
it, got,
my
it has a
take.
nice edgy aesthetic. It's dark. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm
platforms
the
are
I'm the
red.
edge lord
Edge
when it comes
lord
to a
over
lot of
here,
my.
so-
I mean, you heard my original tag, but
Yeah.
all right,
What's the
Yeast.
edge for it?
Yeast, I appreciate you coming in, buddy.
That's some more.
I
Alright.
love stage picks by Luke.
Bye,
By Luke's.
bye.
Luke squared.
Oh my god.
So I was gonna say, what do y'all something y'all want to see changed in our local scene, like our
Ooh,
everyday-to-day
okay.
basis? What do you guys want to see more?
and by the way,
the one thing I would say, bring back the throwback, like the monthlies. What happened to the monthlies?
Okay,
I just tweeted about
Hey,
that.
okay,
we
I'll-
need a monthly.
I'll
man.
be honest, at least from my end.
All the monthlies.
I'll be honest from my end. There's 2 factors that go along with it, but I'm in a very special case. One, my local. I don't have all the setups for it.
That
The
wasn't
problem is-
wasn't a shot at you. I was just saying. In
No, I
general.
know. But I'm saying, I at least from my perspective, it's hard because as much as I'd love to do it, it's tough because of the setups. But it's also, at least for me, it's from purely a financial standpoint. As much as I'd love to do that to try and gain more people to come in, I don't anytime I would host the big pot bonuses, I'd get 1 or 2 people who would stick around, and some of the people only showed up for the pot bonuses, and that's it. I'm like,
I mean-
what am I supposed to? How is this supposed to garner me to?
It's like
get,
the people who only show up for the Arcadians. It's the same.
Yeah.
that's the same thing. I mean, I don't think it's pressure on you to start a monthly.
I'd love to if I could.
I don't think that's to per se your thing. I'm just saying in general. I think that would be really hype to bring back. because it would give players incentivize. It would incentivize them to grind more.
I would
because you have something to look forward to. Like, oh, I did bad at the last 3 weeklies, but the monthlies at the end of the month, and I'm like in my bracket. You know what I mean? So I think that.
And also
I think
for
that's
like
good
the
for that
people
scene.
like me and Dave and Tweak, like that are like kind of not just looking at the local PR, but like regional events, like that count actually for Lumi rank. Locals don't matter, like in terms of Lumi rank, but
Fair.
monthlies they do.
Interesting.
So I think that would be the one thing I feel to bring back, because I remember 2019, 28, we was litty off the monthlies, bro.
Yeah,
the PSS monthlies, the Forge monthlies,
those were the
PSS, bro.
the Forge monthlies, you know
Platinum
what
Star.
I mean? I mean, they tried it back with the
Warped.
Yeah, they tried it with Warped,
Yeah.
and I the first one
Monthly.
the first one I think I don't it didn't flop, but like it just didn't like
It,
a lot of
it
people.
didn't really pull like any more than the weekly would. Like that was the thing. It
But the
was like
weekly
kind
is
of
lit, so that's kind of hard. The weekly is lit.
That's true.
yeah. It's
You know what?
Sorry.
The Fusion 200 is coming up, so that's gonna be a good thing for the scene that's coming up. So that's gonna be pretty good. That's a monthly vibe.
I think the other thing about some people's like locals, I'm not sure about Fusion's current local, but most monthlies would run on a weekend, and a lot of places there, especially like the arcade that they're at, their weekends are usually booked.
You get a fucking office space, bro.
I mean, I'd love to, but I know for me, my local, they have Yu-Gi-Oh every Saturday, and that place is packed.
Bro. All right, but what about y'all? What would y'all to get the local scene? Because I feel like our local scene is dope. Like we have mad people come out, but I just don't feel like it's litty. Like people don't like care about the wins anymore. Like you was playing Marvel, and I was trying to hype it up. I was like, oh shit. He won. It's game 5.
Yeah.
Like I want.
Okay, but there's lore to me and Marvel.
You see how
That's
he started
the difference.
hating right there? You see how he started hating
No,
right there?
no. Let me explain this because I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's a storyline between me and Marvel.
There's a storyline between a lot.
There's
of
a lot of
players.
people with a storyline.
I was 7-0 on him.
So the
in a
storyline
winning
was you
matchup.
beat him, and
I mean, there's a storyline with
No,
Dave,
but, like,
with Zamba.
he, like-
There's a storyline with you and Stefan. There's a storyline between BDB and Dave. Dave, I feel like you have a lot of storylines with a lot of people.
I feel like a lot of people don't actually hype up the sets that are like worth hyping up for. Like me and Marvel, that's a set that like if Marvel starts making it close, like you said, you hype that up. But I feel like a lot of the local scene, like we're not focused on like hyping up the sets more so than like we're focusing on playing that other player. Which like that makes sense. We're all competitors. Like that's why it doesn't feel like as crazy because like I bet like back then, well at least like when I went to PSS and I was like a bad player, I would notice this a lot. Like whenever like a set would happen, I would ask like, oh, why is everyone crowding around this set? And it's like, oh, these two are like rivals. They've been shit talking for like the past 3 months about like how much better the other dude is, and it's like we don't have that anymore. Like we don't really have like shit talking tri-state in general.
Toxic masculinity back in. We need some toxic masculinity.
I think that
we gotta
there's not
inject
even
the toxic. You gotta inject that toxic. I love seeing like somebody play somebody and the other person just walked off pissed. Like I love that shit. Like the dude.
Don't get me wrong. There's always
Love
something
seeing that.
great about a salty walk.
It's
It's
always
always
good.
great. There's a certain level, and I will say as a TO, I have to make sure that it gets only to a certain spot.
You're the worst with that. I will keep it a bug.
Listen, man. I don't need people like getting intimidated where they don't come back. All right. I don't want to. I don't want to have that happen.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Nah, you gotta.
I'm also a peacekeeper.
You gotta play peacemaker. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, but what? So, all right. I don't know if Luke answered the question, but what would you want to see in our local scene or just in general to make it maybe not more hype or more optimized or better? Like, what would you want to see?
I'm also gonna.
I say monthlies.
I'm gonna open this up to the chat also. If anyone wants to jump in, go to the general chat again. Exclamation Discord.
Dave, were you gonna say something about what I said?
Well, I was just gonna say like I think from like 2019, 2020-ish to like and 2021 even to like now, I feel like a lot of the hype has kind of died down.
I think
feel
that's
like people,
also the fact that the game's old.
yeah, it was like bound to happen, but I just remember like the Matt, you remember the triple-digit entrant fusions and like
Oh, we used to
part
go
of
I remember
stupid, bro. We used to
those.
go
Yeah.
I remember
stupid.
those.
but part of what made that like we wanted to win so bad, and part of like the storyline, I guess, is the goddamn New Yorkers kept coming in,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I
and
remember that.
they were
We
right.
had
They were
mad conversations
yes,
about
we
that.
did.
Yeah.
They were like throwing chairs around and putting their feet. And
Yeah.
we're like, yo, we gotta get these guys up
Out
out
of
of here.
here.
Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Good
I feel
lord.
like that kind of, but like that intermix of regions, that doesn't really happen like the way it used
No,
to.
it
We used to have,
definitely
Beast
doesn't.
be
I've been
popping out.
trying to travel out here, man.
like we used to have Philly
I farmed
popping out.
Westchester and I started talking my shit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, like, when's the last time you've seen like Bonk come to a fusion, or like you know
Never.
That's true.
some
That's
crazy
true.
crazy like new like Quid popped out to a fusion once or something. Like we don't really like
That's a good
you know
point. Hype players doing cross episodes.
I would
like,
agree.
across
Yeah, those
like,
cross.
I feel like it's always Jersey traveling.
Word.
If it's not
Not
if it's
South
not
Jersey.
East, if it whoa.
Hey,
That's
wait,
crazy.
wait. Before you go. Look, I just want to say, Jersey owns Bears. Jersey owns.
That's
Bears.
true. We do.
Jersey
We do.
owns Bears, bro.
Don't look at who won Bears last week, but we usually win.
Who? Wait, Jude lost.
Allo.
Beat Jude.
Yeah, he beat him again.
I saw that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's it called?
To anyone who's from
like-
South Jersey, I apologize. I know most of you guys are college kids. It's fine.
Like if it's not like Joel, like if it's not Beast or Zamba, I don't see Philly or like
Philly or like
New York come
or,
to
like,
our locals.
Dude,
I know they're gonna come. They're coming for Fusion 200.
Okay.
Which like that's valid.
Did any of you
Well, like-
watch the Fusion? Not the Fusion. The Philly Arcadian the other night.
Shout out to Steezy. Nah.
Shout out to
Steezy got
Steezy.
third.
Shout out to Steezy and Sinister for how
Oh,
great you guys
Sinister
did.
got second.
But-
Oh, Sinister got second.
Shout out
Sinister
Sinister,
got
bro. Shameless plug. Shout out
I will in a
Sinister.
second. But they were one of the commentators. I was talking about how no one runs off into Bear as far as Bowser. I'm like, have you watched Leon play? He's like, I don't watch Jersey players. I'm like, bro, that's part of the problem.
That's actually crazy. Like no one does it. Well, I only watch my region, so
I'm like-
That's a wild statement, low
Like the fact that you don't want to watch because they're from Jersey. I'm like, why? Why?
But that is a fire point. Like the top players, or not even the top players, like the higher PR players making that effort to just pop out other places.
Exactly.
Because I think that would be good for a lot of people's development. Like
It
be cool.
would.
It would be cool for like Sinister to play Bonk, or like Sinister to play Yoda Cage, or like, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
type of matchups.
I
Type of deal.
completely
they would come.
agree.
They bring like the hype. They bring the carpools. They
Dude,
bring,
I want to
like,
see
the,
level
you know-
6 fight Philly so bad.
right,
That'd be
Yeah,
so
put
peak.
them in there. Like,
So I
seriously.
definitely want to take a second because I was talking about this with Matt earlier. I want to just shout out a couple of players who've been up on the rise recently, because a lot of people are just like, oh, it's too late in the game. People are too sweaty at this game. I can't get better at this game.
Steezy.
I want to talk
Steezy.
about a
Just
couple
say it.
people.
Just say
I
it.
want to talk about
Steezy.
Steezy. I want to talk about the Brothers Sin. I want to talk about Mr. Muggs, even though he's been playing for a while.
Mr. Thugs.
These four players
son.
have been
My
grinding
son.
their friggin' asses off, and I've watched their development like crazy. Especially the Brothers Sin. These two were 1-2ers or 0-2ers at times. And I remember I almost beat level 6 easily at a fusion. I ended up losing because I hate Little Mac. But the fact that these two have gone from that and now, ever since the beginning of this year, are topping consistently is like not always, but at least at my local, they're doing well. They're doing well, and I'm like, that takes a lot of effort.
It does take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort.
It takes a lot of effort. I mean, but like, look, especially like, you know, like they're playing kind of like off meta characters.
They
like,
are,
you know,
they
like,
are.
Like Little Mac and like Shotos, you know,
Yeah.
that's
Little
all,
Mac, Shotos, and Bowser Jr.
Bowser
Bowser
Jr.
Jr. Oh yeah, okay, Mugs. Yeah, right. And
No.
then Steezy plays one of my least favorite characters in the game, but that's neither here nor
How do
there.
you not like Lucina?
I'll go
That's like
into
not
that
liking
later.
White
I'll-
bread.
There it
Well,
is.
that's because she's white bread boring. That's why.
So you eat whole wheat?
No, I love white bread.
I
I actually no, it's funny. It's funny. I prefer potato bread.
Oh, yeah?
I love potato bread.
That's real. That's
Bro-
real.
Yeah,
Potato bread
exactly.
slaps.
Bro
Potato
said I
bread.
play Marth.
That's why exactly.
That's why he plays Marth, yeah.
Bro plays Marth.
But
but-
if there's anyone you guys want to shout out real quick, as far as some of the not some of the lesser known players, but more of people who have been kind of like heavy grinders or on the rise or like players that kind of came out of nowhere, feel free
Dude,
to
he
do
was
so.
just here. Shout out Yeast, man.
Yeah, Yeast
Everyone
also,
doubts him,
honestly.
and then he beats people, and it's like you guys gotta stop. Like he beat Click at Stick Drift.
And,
He
like, a
was,
lot of people were like
number one in Sova, top 5 in MDVA at one point.
Mhm.
Like that guy's a grinder.
I'm trying to think of the person I'm trying to shout out. Actually, you know what? This guy's on the PR already, but shout out Hayes, shout out Angelo. Always like
Always shout out Ange.
yeah, like he's somebody is funny. Like it's like as far as the top players, they'll feel like, oh, I got his number, and then he'll just randomly like start getting you back, and it's like he's the guy.
I thought
who's,
that.
like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're a victim of that.
I am.
But yeah,
I beat him like 5 times in a row, and then one center stage, I was like, it's gonna be light work, and then he like 2-0'd me. I was
There
like,
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he's just a guy who's like always relentless in that way. Like I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
He was always the running joke. Like, bro, how are you at so many locals? I remember somebody counted how many locals everybody went to.
Honestly, dude
and
goes
they were like,
to so many
how
locals.
the fuck you went to 30 locals this season?
I know.
So shout out to him. Shout out to
There's
Steezy for the resurgence. You know what I mean? Steezy went through that period where like I know he wasn't doing as well as he wanted to, and now he's kind of having this resurgence. The Arcadians are definitely helping out with that, giving him that opportunity to shine on a top 8 type of display.
I also genuinely think that him taking the long hiatus that he did was definitely good for his mental game.
Shout out to the long hiatuses. Not playing Smash for a while is good sometimes.
It is!
It's not playing Smash and not being... And maybe not even just not playing Smash, but not caught up in the competitive realm of it. Of like, oh, where am I on this? Am I going to make this top 8? And just letting that go sometimes.
Have fun with the game!
And then, so I feel like that's positive. Shout out Jucane. Jucane comes in, plays Peach, super, always consistent, and like, super, always a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to everybody at NJ who's always a good... I feel like everybody's so civil in NJ. Everybody knows how to act. Everybody... Everybody, like, every time I come to a tournament, I know it's going to be welcoming, it's going to be a good vibe. So I shout out more so of that than what you guys are doing in the games. That making tournaments comfortable.
I agree.
Shout out EO. Shout out EO.
EO!
Freaking
love EO. Such a good dude.
Yeah. Fuck Web.
That guy beat Web.
Fuck Web.
Well, that's good. I didn't say fuck Web. I said he beat Web.
We all love Web. We all love Web. He knows it.
See, Web. Yeah. Shout out to Web, man. Shout out to Web.
No,
bro.
honestly, shout out to
Web.
Web. The fact that he's been grinding as hard as he did, and he's now number 2 in the state, that's wild.
Legit top player. Got it from the mud. Like, I played Web.
You got Void simping for him now.
I saw Web when he was playing Lucas. Like, not even when like he was good with Lucas. When he was bad with Lucas, I seen him play. You know what I mean? And just to see that, and then to see where he's at now is dope.
Yeah,
he's like, that's a pretty good like example, because even though he'd be dodging me on Wi-Fi, he is like the kind of player. He dodged, he does. But he's the kind of he like pinged in the grind server. I was like, oh, I'll play, and he's like, nah. He's like, nah.
What a bum.
I was like, oh. But like he's like a good example of a player that like he was playing Lucas. He wasn't really like, you know, he was just like okay, I guess. But then he started playing Sheik, and again he was just okay, you know. But then he really stuck to it. He's grinding it out, going to these locals, grinding Wi-Fi, and now he's like the best Sheik in the country, probably the world.
Best in the world, bro. I would agree.
Yo,
yeah.
New Jersey has a lot of people who are the best in the world at their character.
Yeah.
Best in the region. Yo, it's kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Jersey's nuts.
Yeah, no. So just like I said, shout out to everybody grinding, getting better, and it's like people don't see it because like people don't always pay attention to our locals or always see, but like. These dudes who are on the lower level here are taking your heroes to game 5. Those dudes, those little Macs are beating your heroes, bro. Like those Ryus are beating your heroes.
I mean,
so, like,
hell,
shout out to those guys because they're the ones who keep the top player sharp.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade. I promise, Luke. But you have people even like who are Wi-Fi warriors, like that guy O2 Aiden who came to a random tournament of mine, the Inkling player.
Oh, it's catching strays.
But it's people like that. But it's people like that. It's just like I love seeing that, and the fact that I still get new people.
That happened at the old venue, right?
Yeah, it was like early on old venue. He just came out of nowhere and ended up making top 8, and no one knew of him. He was a little Wi-Fi warrior.
Look, you've been playing for a while when people remember your folds. Like,
oh yeah.
People remember your folds. That's how
I won that bracket too.
You did. You played extremely well that night.
It's okay. We all remember the folds, bro. Everybody remembers their folds.
Luke, is there anyone you want to shout out? This is not. We're not done. By the way, we have a little bit longer. I want to go.
Oh,
go
yeah.
for.
I mean, I shout out Yeast.
Yeah.
I always just love shouting out MBS because they're actual travelers, especially bro. Like I know we brought up Web, like switching characters, but like Syrup also like I know it's
yeah.
Steve, but he picked up Steve,
Nah,
and his Steve was actually not that good for the first couple months. And then he started just beating everyone. And then it got to the point where he beat everyone so bad with Steve, people forgot he played Ness.
It's true.
Which is so funny to me.
That's crazy.
And then when people figured out the Steve, he started going Ness into them and then started beating them again with Ness. And I find that fact hilarious.
That just shows genuine talent.
He's one of the few Steve players that when I lose to him, like, okay, you got it. Like these other Steve players are like, okay, you would never beat me. But when Syrup beats me, it's like, you got it.
You know the Ness can still beat you too.
The Ness has beaten me, so it's like, you got it, bro.
There you go. There you go.
What I think was really dope, especially with the people at the top of Jersey, and even though if they kept playing the same characters, I feel like these guys are always reinventing themselves and always reinventing their play style. So like. You see Luke start pulling out the we were talking about earlier, the egg roll on the platform, and that's his new thing. You see Dave pulling he's what do you call it? He's doing the downbeat to snap to ledge, you know what I mean? Or he's doing the downbeat to cover regular get up type of deal. And it's like those are things they weren't doing. Even if they were known with the character, they weren't doing that, and now they're doing that to keep pushing their character and keep pushing their play style. Yeah. Dave trying to play Terry, you know what I mean? Like keep trying to reinventing yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think that's great.
And that's what I see Jersey as. Like Jersey always reinventing themselves.
So I do see someone in chat. I want to give a congratulations to Floppy. You did you have done a lot of really great games I've seen. I remember that there was that night at the old venue. I will never forget this one. It's you and Floppy, I think, grand finals.
No, it was losers finals.
It was losers finals.
And
that's
I
right.
was up 2-0 on him.
Oh, and you got the both of you were going at it.
It was
and then you did this insane move. I will never forget this. You're on ledge. You drop down almost into the blast zone. Up B back on ledge. Neutral get up, grab throw. I'm like, what?
He flubbed because he down smashed he tried to down smash my ledge hang, but Palu's ledge hang is really good.
You borrowed my controller?
Floppy did.
Oh, wow.
And then I backed through him. But that was like a forever moment.
It was because I remember
what the fuck are you doing?
I remember the clip afterward, and I just remember hearing me in the background screaming from how loud that was, how insane that was.
Yeah, no. With Smash 2, there's been a lot of memories, like a lot of memories. Like I remember that fusion. Me and Luke played in grand finals. Almost folded, and I got a dash attack, got up out of there. This last set with Dave, he almost folded, but he got me out of there. But I'll remember that set because we were talking about that beforehand. I was like, bro, the only way you'll lose is if you start folding.
All right. So I wanna use this opportunity to segue into the last topic of the night. Do you think it is time for Smash 6?
No.
Really? Okay. So
I think depending.
I think Dave was about to say yes.
Yes,
but
Dave and I have had this conversation, so I know your answer on this one. It's definitely an emphatic yes.
I don't think they could release the next Smash game until the new Switch comes out. But
I agree entirely.
That's coming out soon, right?
Hopefully, probably.
I want Deluxe.
I would be okay with that too.
I
would.
would.
But they gotta go. But they gotta go deluxe.
Possibly.
They gotta go deluxe.
Possibly.
That means like I can go and create skins like Tekken. They gotta go deluxe if they're gonna do that.
I think they should just go for it at this point. Why not just hit 100 characters at this point?
No, no.
Yeah, why not?
Sad takes.
I don't know. Why not? They're at like 90.
You want to learn 11 more? You want a DLC pack 3, bro?
What is like 10 more matches?
But you have to think, Luke. It's not always about the competitive scene. Like they're gonna do it for the money grab, and at the end of the day, Smash is a casual game. You know what I mean?
I'm fine
It's
with
a game
Echo
for all
See,
Fighters.
See,
what
that's
the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay,
You're
that's
not
what I'm
good with extra
surprised
characters,
by.
But you're good with Echo Fighters.
I am shocked that I never had an Echo Fighter Pass.
That's what I listen.
I was
want
shocked.
what I want. Ideal. So Ult Deluxe comes out. Like up the graphics a little bit, just because like the Switch 2 will probably be able to not handle like a piece of trash.
Hopefully.
Give us balance patches. Just literally slightly nerf the top 5 a little bit. Like that's all you really need to do. because I think there's so much more room for this game to grow. Like people don't slingshot enough. People don't ledge slip like ever. There's like a lot of like meta developments that we don't do.
Can ya? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
And like maybe like 1 or 2 Echo Fighters past, like you said, like, oh, like maybe we can hit 100 characters, but I don't want like 11 or like 10 new characters. Like if they're Echo Fighters, like we'll know like what most of them do. It'll be easy on the developers. Like add Shadow.
So you have to think this:
You know?
if they do another Smash game, this next one will be a shift, like a grand shift, because it's not gonna be Sakurai. So it's gonna be something different.
Unless Sakurai comes out of retirement.
Nah.
He will.
You
If there's a
think so?
new Smash game,
I hope he
will.
doesn't.
He
Honest.
literally
He deserves
when
a
he
break.
said on his YouTube, if another Smash game happens, he'll probably do it.
Okay, so I have
He
a
deserves
very
a
hot
break.
take with that. I agree. He needs a break. But 2, I don't want him to come back
And
mainly
make some
because
shitty-
I want to see someone else's take on this game.
Wow.
And because of that,
that's a hot
a
take.
lot of people actually think that Smash 6 should be a reboot in ways where they shrink the roster down
Yeah.
to like 40 characters
Quality over
and
quantity.
change how like as far as how is Mario, like the original 12, their moveset should change in a lot of ways. And in some ways, I have to agree.
But I could see a situation where the new Smash game comes out and we're still playing this one. Like I
I'd be
could see a
fine with
situation
if
like
they give
that.
me Smash Ultimate Deluxe. All I would want is give me Squad Strike Online, make better netcode for online, bring back proper break the targets, not target target blast from Smash 4 or the garbage that was Brawl's target test. Give me board the platforms. None of you are old enough to remember board the platforms.
I
from
remember
64.
that.
I love board
I
the
played
platforms.
64.
Good.
Was that in Melee too?
That was only in 64. It was
Only in
never,
64.
and they never brought it back. But I would love to see a new take on a lot of different characters. I would love to see Ganondorf get his own moveset, stop being a clone character. I'd love to see.
He's not a clone, bro.
Bro, he is basically
this game.
Ike and Captain Falcon in one character.
Nah, bro. Nah, don't say that. Don't disrespect
yeah.
Ganon like, don't disrespect Ganon like that. Ganon is
Ganon goes through enough as it is.
Yeah.
I
Ganon gets his own
I
character
do
in
think
this game.
what I
Chill
like
out,
as
bro.
far as the competitive scene and everything. I don't think there's really that many much things I would love to change. I would love to see things as far as from and this is why I agree getting more characters would be fun.
Yeah,
I would love to see more stuff for the casual stuff.
I said
really would.
Ultimate Deluxe. I feel like could be a good idea, but I already feel like Ultimate is Deluxe. Like the game itself is already deluxe as fuck.
I mean,
So
some
it'd
people
be
thought
hard.
of it as Smash 4, but better.
It is Smash 4, but better. It's
It's so different.
It's a
from
cleanup. It's a
4.
cleaneup of Smash 4.
Depending
If you
on who
play
you talk
Smash
to.
4, Smash 4 is just a beta of this game.
A lot
Smash
of people
4
feel
is
the
just
same way.
like if you like took down if you took down the nooks and crannies and the nuts of bolts of Ultimate, it would be Smash 4.
A lot of people would
Yeah.
agree.
I think Ultimate's different enough, but like Smash 4 kind of was like a shitty beta, and then like that thing that they unveiled at the where Zero beat like Leo in the Grands, that was
Yeah.
like the in between, and then here Ultimate is like the final thing.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
but I think it's pretty different. I mean, Smash 4 was
Oh,
just
of
way too
course.
janky.
Oh, it was
like,
very different. It was a very different game. So I have to ask, and Matt heard me talking about this a little earlier. I didn't want to reveal it till now. If there are 2, at most 3 characters, and I'm gonna take Steve off the equation because that's most people's answers. If there are 2, maybe 3 characters you want to see taken out of the game, who would it be?
I know me and Dave's #1 answer because we talked about this on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Alright.
I think it's Kazuya.
All right, so
I
that's
don't know.
one.
Kazuya out
It's
of this
Kazuya.
game.
Kazuya, and I
bro.
feel like Kazuya, like it kind of speaks for itself. Like he touch of death to you consistently. It's just not fair.
I feel like Kazuya, in order to make him work, because unlike Steve, where he's just overtuned, Kazuya, everything fundamentally about him, you and I have talked about this, Dave, needs to be changed. There's just so much.
All right.
My thing would be Kazuya.
Who's your
Wait,
second?
wait, come back to me. Come back. Wait,
Alright.
let someone else.
I'll
go.
let you. I'll let you think about this.
I'm gonna say,
I know my 2.
Not counting Steve, because
Not
Steve would
counting
also
Steve.
be on there. But okay.
Get Crom out of here, bro. I mean, get like
What?
Get
Crom?
out of here. I feel
What did
like,
this
Crom
low tier
do?
do to
Hang
you,
on.
bro?
Hang on.
Bro, you want to get Crom out of here? Just forward throw him.
All right, hang on. All right.
bro, I'm not talking. You see,
It's
this
fair.
is the difference. I'm not talking in a competitive standpoint. I'm talking as far as like what do they mean to the game. And the
Oh,
thing
okay.
with Chrom is like, bro, you're like the 9th Fire Emblem character. You
Okay.
know what I mean? And his relevance in Fire Emblem is probably big, and
It's not.
It's okay.
It's not.
So,
I'm ready to go on my rant.
go ahead. You go
Okay.
ahead.
So
I unlocked something right
yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Because
you
it goes
activated.
literally what you're saying is exactly why I want these two characters gone. It's Chrom, it's Lucina. I want them gone. Why? Because two reasons. One, everyone.
Oh, this guy really hates.
No, let me
Lucina.
explain. Let me
Yeah, I
explain.
know.
Let me
I
explain.
know.
Let me explain. Let me cook for a second. Hang on. One of the main reasons why people were upset when Byleth got announced is because they're like, oh, too many Fire Emblems. Half of the Fire Emblem characters, because there's 8, half of them are Marth. Half of them are Marth. You have Marth, you have Lady Marth, you have Roy, you have not Roy.
You're such a memer, bro.
And the
You're
thing
such
is,
a memer.
all
You're such a
everyone
memer.
would say, oh, but Roy and Marth are different. They're very much based off the same character. A lot of the moves are the same, just their properties are different. If you were to take out Chrom and Lucina and make them skins and have Roy have a different play set, then they'd be different enough and people would not complain. 1, 2, the other reason why I want them gone. Marth and Roy have, yes, I know, have a unique thing about them. They have something that makes them really interesting. One of them is going to be all about getting in your face, where all the power is, as far as with by their hilt. But with that, if you wall them out, they're gonna have a hard time because that's where their sour spot is. They're not gonna be able to kill you. While the other one, their whole gimmick is, I have to keep you at bay because all my power is in the tip. And I have to, but to play, yes, ha ha ha.
She definitely knows about that one.
So it's an interesting thing where if people get in on me, I can't kill. I'm inconsistent. Chrom and Lucina take these interesting characters and just say, no, we're gonna make them generic sword fighters. That completely takes the entire gimmick of what make these characters interesting, and they're boring.
Okay.
They're boring. The entire gimmick.
I don't think a generic sword fighter is a bad idea.
It's not
Okay.
a bad, but how many generic
But
swordies do we need?
You know who else we need out of there? Lucario. Lucario is super outdated.
I think he needs a heavy
no,
redesign.
No, fuck
Yeah.
all that.
But
Let's
also-
no, wait. Fuck all that. Let's get some of the new Pokemon. In
I
the
would
game.
agree.
Stop going back to the old ass Squirtles and fucking
I mean,
Ivysaurs.
to be
I get
fair-
it, they're classic, but let's give some of the new Pokemon in the new game.
We have
some
so
shine.
many Gen 1 Pokemon in this
Yeah,
game.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
I think Lucario's the only Sinnoh Pokemon.
We'll go
Old
into
as fuck.
Thought in a second, but I
I would
think
thought you would have been on that. You
I
were like a
would've-
heavy advocate.
Lucario's one of my favorite Pokemon.
I
want a
love to
redesign
see.
for him.
I would love
Nah,
to
I would
see
get him the fuck
one
out
from
there.
each generation being represented.
I agree
But-
wholeheartedly.
But
Yeah.
Pichu is not one of them. Get rid of Pichu, but give me someone else.
I like Pichu. I feel like Pichu.
I know you love Pichu.
Pichu has a stance in that game. Pichu has a
He's
stance.
cool. I'm down to get rid of Pichu though. Like, not that I don't like fighting him or anything. I just like,
Yeah.
you already have Pikachu and
Exactly.
stuff,
Nah,
I
I,
don't
think, I
know.
think his spot
But
in the game.
We
is
need a
pretty-
better Gen 2 rep.
I agree, but that's my whole shtick of why. Okay, I don't actually hate these characters. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. There's an entire part of my back wall is Fire Emblem. I love Chrom and Lucina as characters. I just think what makes Roy and Marth really interesting is just completely easy mode Marth, easy mode Roy, and
And they
that's
could
boring.
definitely downsize the game, bro. Like we don't need Dark Samus. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
A
need
lot of these
Daisy,
characters
we
can
don't
be
we
can
don't
be
need Dark
skins,
Pit.
but that's the other reason why I
We
don't.
might need Dark Pit. I'm not gonna. Say Dark Pit.
But that's the other
disappointing.
reason why what's really interesting about at least the other Echoes, nothing about them makes them different outside of skins and a couple of the things like the
Let's get rid
Samus
of one of
roll.
the.
Well, that's the point of them.
But I know, but the thing is, the fact that Chrom and Lucina are Echoes, but fundamentally just completely take out the gimmick is what makes them boring to me. That takes out the entire thing that makes them interesting.
So you would want them as reskins?
I would like
you would
to-
want them as Richter and
Either-
Daisy?
I would
Like,
like
that's
that.
kinda ass.
Either
Richter out of
that
it, too.
or have any of you actually played Fire Emblem? Any of you?
Not
Okay,
me.
so
Nah, bro.
So lore wise, what makes Chrom and Lucina interesting is if you were to make Chrom his own character and have Lucina be the echo of it, that would make complete sense because in lore, it is Lucina learned how to fight because of her father being Chrom. Her being an echo of Marth makes no sense.
Didn't she like steal Marth's sword or
No,
something?
no, it's she. So they are direct descendants of Marth. Marth is their ancestor. They have the same blood and everything, but outside of the very beginning of Awakening, which I can have a whole nother conversation about, it makes no sense. No.
Let's get rid of one of the links. Get rid of one of the links.
I would say
Young
give
Link or
me
Toon Link,
instead
get
of
rid of one
having.
of them.
I think get rid of Young Link. Bro.
If you
I don't
have
like
Young
that
Link,
too.
have him at least his specials be all the different
or
forms.
not
From Majora's Mask.
Get rid of
not Ocarina of Time.
or get rid of Toon Link and then re-up it with the new Link from the last games. What's they called?
Breath of the Wild. We have that already though.
Breath of the Wild Link.
Nah,
That's what we
he
have
needs more.
currently.
He needs
No.
more of a redesign than what he has
Breath
now.
of the
I
Wild
agree.
Link.
I think that's what you mean.
I
I think that'd be
agree.
really tough.
But
Like
I-
a new
if-
Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
Link. That would be.
I
really
would-
That is
tough.
what he's supposed to be, though.
Yes.
Like,
The only thing that's
You just-
different, the only thing that's about him though that's in it is his bombs, and he doesn't have a hook shot. That's the only thing. That's all they could do, because all the
I
other
think-
stuff would be gimmicky as hell.
But yeah, maybe rebooting a lot of the characters, and I think like just cleaning up on some things that we need. Like I said, I get it. Lucario is super generational.
Mario needs a redesign.
I would love for Mario at least. I don't get why he still has Flood. That happened in one game back on the GameCube. Why?
Because that Super Mario Sunshine is that game.
Oh, it's a great
though.
game,
That's that
but why
game.
is Cappy not represented at all in this game? From
Because
frickin'
Cappy's ugly, bro.
Ow!
Cappy's ugly,
Sunshine
bro.
is low-key the weakest of all the 3D.
We're not getting into that. We're
platforms.
not getting
I'm
into
not
that.
gonna
We're
lie.
not
Oh,
getting
you're,
into
like-
you're a Super Mario Sunshine hater?
It's okay.
I love Sunshine, but
Ooh, he's
you're
a hater.
Cappy
Such
is
a good
not
game.
boring.
Okay.
Looks. Okay, imagine this. Even though none of us play with Final Smashes, imagine this. Did any of you play Odyssey?
Yes.
Cappy throws the hat onto the T-Rex, bulldozes with the T-Rex. Done.
I'll be raw.
Done.
How y'all feel about Terry? Do you think Terry comes back for the next match?
No.
Terry is important to like South America, so he probably does.
Terry is important for Sakurai specifically. I will say, of all the fighting game characters, as much as I don't like Terry because he just lives for too long and Go is stupid, I do think he is the one character that doesn't feel like a fighting game character and actually feels
Bring
like a
back
Smash character.
Sephiroth. Get rid of Bayo.
Bayo is basically...
Bayo's definitely staying.
Bayo
She's
is
in-
basically
Bayo's
Nintendo
staying,
property.
Get rid of Bayo.
Steve is also staying. I hope
Steve-
people
Steve
like
could stay.
realize that.
Snake gotta stay. Snake has to stay.
Yeah, but that character's getting cut, and if Smash 6 happens, I think if I was to remove 3,
That's a hard
Okay, so
cut,
who's your
bro.
3?
I
Who's
think
your 3?
I remove Kazuya because I fucking hate fighting Kazuya.
Everyone does.
If I include Samus as I hate fighting this character too, Samus.
No more I hate fight because we all have characters.
Hate
No more-
fighting.
no
Hate
more
fighting
of
is
that.
not what we're trying to get at.
What?
Okay.
That you feel
Alright,
like
I hate Kazuya. I'm booting Kazuya. I don't care.
Okay.
Probably get rid of Young Link because he's just a useless character when Toon Link is a way better rep. And like Young Link has not existed since the N64. Like he's irrelevant.
I can go into that because they misrepresented him and they should have had him be Majora's Mask Link, the game that he's actually in more. But that's neither here nor there.
And if I was to cut like another character, even though I love playing and fighting this character, I'm cutting Jigglypuff. There is no reason Jigglypuff should be in Smash anymore.
wow.
She's not
And
getting cut.
That's
I
Yeah,
actually-
Jiggly's here to stay.
I
She's not getting
genuinely play Jigglypuff as a serious secondary.
I know
like,
you
I
do.
use that character in bracket.
Nah, I don't know if you could say what you said about Lucario and then say that about Jigglypuff.
I-
I don't know,
I
man.
think Lucario is
man.
way cooler.
The original
just needs
12.
a redesign.
I
There's
hate
just
to-
no
You
reason
see,
for Jinx.
that's the craziest part.
I hate to break it to you. The
Jinx
original
doesn't
12
even
are not
need a
getting cut.
redesign. Jinx doesn't even need. They bring that shit back. Smash Jinx, I'm gonna eat it up.
I don't
Jinx is
mind
that shit,
Jigs.
bro.
I understand what you mean. I and as much as fighting her as
Style Jigs,
frickin-
man.
what's his face as Joker could be infuriating.
Does Joker
Again,
come
it's the
back?
original 12 are not going anywhere. Let's be real.
Get Pyramithra out of here. Fuck it.
I agree.
I don't know about.
But that's not happening.
Listen, I don't know about that though, because
Okay.
Jigglypuff was supposed to be cut in Brawl.
Was she?
They're hating. And
Yeah.
and they couldn't do it. They tried to do it then and they
Interesting.
couldn't do it.
So again, chat, I'm gonna open this up to you. If you want to see 3 characters, you can list your reasons as to why. Don't just have it be I hate fighting this character. But I want you to go into the general chat again. Exclamation point Discord.
Wait, Dave, who was our third?
Oh yeah, Dave. I
I
want.
think we all said our 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think my
Luke
list.
just
You only
hates
said
Lucina.
1. You said 1.
Well, it changes dramatically because I have like the list of characters I'd take out because I think they're stupid and hate fighting, and then the list of characters I think should just probably not be in Smash. Like, forgoing the ones I think probably shouldn't be. Like Piranha Plant, like is funny,
That's
but
a
like
good one. That's a good one.
you know, like he's like, what's he doing
That's
here?
not
You know.
important. That's not important.
You
Yeah,
guys are
that's
doing
like-
such safe picks.
No.
Well, I think it's a good pick. Though.
Except
I mean,
Luke.
like,
Luke, you got it.
like-
We hate Lucina.
I know I die on that hill. No one wants to see her gone, but I'm one of the only.
I Yo, fuck the Mii's, bro. Fuck them.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
Like,
Get rid of the
actually,
Mii's!
that's all three of my answers right there.
Yes!
Yo, bro,
Yes!
bro, use all three
Yes!
on Restory,
Yes!
Gunner, and
That-
Get 'em outta
All
here.
three
Get 'em
of
outta
them.
here.
Bro found a
Be
loophole. Bro found a loophole.
gone.
Nah.
Get him out of here.
we
Be
need Brawler.
gone.
I think we need
No.
Brawler.
No, we don't. Get rid of. Fun fact: I had all three Mii's banned in my online tournaments before I started running in person because I didn't want people having to guess what the other person's moveset is.
In Ultimate, you're
in
a
Ultimate.
hater, bro.
I
You're a
don't
hater.
care. I hated the Mii's. They weren't allowed.
Yo, this guy would ban Lucina in his online
No, I
battle.
would
Yeah.
never. I would never. I would never. I would. Fun. I used to actually run themed tournaments. Those are a lot of fun. I had an all ladies tournament. I had an all Mario tournament. I had all. One was projectiles only. That was fun. Ugh.
Yo,
Projectile characters only was.
Did you guys both go to this last fusion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of did mid.
What happened? I didn't like look at the bracket or saw what happened.
Syrup one?
Syrup won.
I choked to Andrew, and then Delta Force just got it that day.
Delta Force got you. He be trying
Yeah.
hard. Oh,
He got fourth.
Shout out Delta Force, bro. Shout out Delta
Yeah, I
Force.
was gonna say
Oh
that.
my
That
God.
Yo,
guy.
that's the best link in the country, bro.
That's got.
I think
another
he's
guy, best
arguably best in the world.
Best in the country.
Yeah.
Nah, shout out that guy, bro. He's somebody else.
He's
who's
so
like,
good.
He plays that character. He brings something new with that character all the time.
Also, just a humble person. Like John
He's not
is such
humble,
a good
bro.
dude.
He's not humble.
Oh,
bro.
stop.
He's not humble. He'll beat you.
He's not humble. It's not.
He's not humble, bro. Don't let him fool you. Don't be like, yeah, try it. No, don't let him fool you, bro. He's not humble.
Oh my
Shout out
God.
John, though. We love you.
Oh my God, John is such a good dude.
So Syrup won. Jude got second.
Yeah, Jude got second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got third. I beat Jude in winners, then lost game 5 to Syrup, and then Jude 3-0 me in losers.
He
Woof.
locked you up.
Yeah, he
He
did.
put you in the
Yeah,
in the
he-
wolf lockup.
Oh yeah, the wolf lockdown.
The
Yeah,
wolf
yeah.
lockdown.
The wolf lockdown of camping on our platform and spamming laser for 7
Yeah,
hours.
that's the wolf
I love
lockdown
the
right
wolf
there.
lockdown.
Yeah, it's that, and then
Uh,
spamming bear at ledge or something.
that's-
It's like,
Yeah.
Damn, damn.
That's-
You took Syrup to game 5.
yeah, I should have won. I was up
Bowser,
2-1.
Dave
Yeah,
is really good against Steve.
I'm like not
bro.
bad against.
No,
Steve.
he's-
I beat,
You beat
So
him
I-
at,
Andrew
at
I beat him at
Scarlet.
the Scarlet thing.
Yeah,
he
he
got me in
did.
the run back though, but
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Word.
But yeah,
That's-
I went up 2-1 over him, and I just lost game 4 because I just kept going. I kept walking into stuff. That's been one of my worst habits. I just keep walking into things recently.
Word.
Oof.
That's
Uh,
But yeah,
All right.
I was thinking about going next.
So you said Kazuya, Piranha Plant, and the Mii's. You said Crom. Oh, who are your actual three?
Crom,
Yeah.
Lucario,
Uh-huh.
and fucking either Samus or Daisy. That's the dumbest
Get
shit ever.
Samus out of here,
Dude,
bro.
it's-
Dark Samus?
Dark Samus.
Out of
Dark
here.
Samus. Dark
I want to go on
Dark
record
Samus
as
is the
saying
dumbest
like
shit ever.
I said Kazuya because of like playing against him, but in
Okay.
turn, like I think having a Tekken rep is fucking hype. So
Give
Like-
me Bear.
No, it's not. Get Kazuya out of here.
because I think it's cool to have like the fighting games represented in what I think is the best fighting game. You know,
I agree, but I can't stand the fact that they are just ripped from their game in here. It's interesting, but it's also not because they're so
They-
unfair.
they're kind of like slime lords in Smash though. like they,
Slime
like
Lords.
they are.
All right,
It's like,
all right. Okay, I'm gonna actually that's gonna segue into what characters. I'm gonna give you two. What characters did not make the cut? Who you want to be in Smash if we're gonna have a Smash
I'm
6?
bad with this. I'm the worst person to ask with this.
Oh, why is that?
Waluigi and Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. I don't. I'm gonna put it there right here, Dave. This is gonna bother you. I don't ever want Waluigi in, if only because
And,
screw the haters who sent death threats. Who sent death threats to Sakurai. They don't get they don't get anything.
People sent death threats to Sakurai.
Yeah,
'cause
they said if
Waluigi
you
was an
don't
assist?
if you don't put him in the game proper, I'm gonna come kill you.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Generational hate.
Yeah.
Generational hate it.
I don't know, man. I think you know who's been killing the DLC game lately? Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's been killing the DLC game
I
lately.
want it so bad.
They've been-
Yeah, they're good.
bro.
They have like Omni-Man. And,
the
like,
Too
Omni-
bad that game sucks.
No, it doesn't. Mortal Kombat 1 is great.
You
Okay,
played it?
when it first came out,
Topic.
it was buggy. I'll give you that.
It's
What?
boring.
I don't know. As far as DLC, I actually really want them to get creative. Like, don't get a
I don't
Another
want movie
video game
characters.
character.
I don't want.
Go
movie
get a
characters.
movie character.
No.
It's never. It's
Everyone's
never
Everyone's gonna
happening.
ask for
Sakurai
Goku.
character, bro.
I don't
Sakurai
want
is
it.
confirmed. It's never gonna happen.
No.
Go get
thank
something
God
like
for
that.
that.
You know what I
Thank
mean? I
God
think
for
that would be
that.
fun to bring in.
It's
but
mostly all of that. It's mostly for advertising. Let's be real.
get John Cena, bro.
Oh my God. You.
Yeah, put him in. Why not? I mean,
Get John Cena. Yo, LeBron was in that Marvel game. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
So
God.
yeah,
like,
and multiverse.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's because of
I think
the
that would be
movie.
a big
That's
game
because of
changer, bro.
Space Jam 2. That's the reason.
Yeah,
why.
but bro, it's LeBron James and a platform fighter. Like,
that's fire. That's
All right. So as far as
fire.
the actual characters I want, this is a huge ask, but I want Nightmare from Soul Calibur. I know Giant Sword, but I want it so badly.
Soul Calibur.
I want that, and I want my Geno. I want Geno from Super Mario RPG. I don't
you're
care.
so old.
I
man.
don't care how old I am, and if I'm not getting those, then give me the Skull Kid from Zelda. I want.
You're still old.
The fact that we have not had a new Zelda rep in so long, and 3 of them are Links, is so boring. We need a new Zelda rep.
That's a good point.
Why have we not had a new Zelda rep? The last one we got was in Brawl. Come on.
right.
Someone get Captain Falcon's mechanic. That would be tough.
I mean,
That would be tough.
that'd be really cool.
The thing about me is I've actually only ever wanted one character
Which
in
is?
Smash.
Boshi.
Steve.
What? Who?
Steve.
Boshi.
Well, I'm young. I played, dude. I used to stay up
Minecraft.
until
Yeah,
5 a.m.
yeah,
playing
yeah.
Minecraft. Bro, Bed Wars was my thing.
Set him young. Fuck
You know who?
And the first when Joker came out, everyone at PSS was like at a watch party, like at PSS, because like
Yo,
we
I
just do
remember
that for
that.
the DLC
Holy
characters.
fuck. Holy fuck, I remember that.
And the Joker was insane. And I remember telling Bandit, who was I don't think Luke knows who
Jesse?
Bandit is. Jesse James and Mick Knight.
Damn, put the whole
Um,
government out there.
I told him right after, since Joker didn't get in, Steve's gonna be the last character. And I was wrong, but I knew Steve was gonna get in eventually.
I was fully convinced that Steve would never be in, if only because of his art style being so like contrasting to with the rest of Smash. I never thought it
It
would
fits
happen.
though.
I don't.
It
agree.
fits so
I
good.
don't agree. I think he looks like ass.
If I were to add 2 characters, it would be Poochie from Yoshi because I'm super duper biased.
I
and
love
the
Poochie.
Knight from Hollow Knight.
Oh, okay, I can see that. That's really cool. I like that one.
I love that game.
All right,
I'm gonna say Swanky Kong because I think that would be really tough.
Swanky. You mean Cranky?
No,
Uh-huh.
Swanky Kong.
Who the hell is Swanky Kong?
It's the one who wears the jewelry and the
Oh, well, you mean
Everyone
mean
who wears
Funky
the
Kong?
jewelry.
Funky Kong.
Funky Kong. You and my
Yo,
friend
bro
Al.
said Swanky.
Me and my
Kong.
friend Al. You and my friend Al
Swanky
would go
Kong.
nuts for that. But yeah, I
No,
think
no,
Funky.
no. Swanky Kong is a real guy. Look at him.
That's him. That's a thing.
Yeah,
That's a
Swanky
thing?
Kong.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's real. He's real.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
You were ready to
Fair
look that up
Yeah.
too.
Good lord, you are on the. Okay, I want
yeah.
Lanky
Yeah.
Kong. Give me Lanky
Lanky.
Kong. The big,
His
Yo,
recovery would
Sully
be him,
gets
like,
it.
just
doing
arms.
Swanky. Yeah.
Swanky
Lanky would be
Kong.
funny.
And then honestly, for me, it would be like a new gen Pokemon. I think or
Okay.
like fucking Blaziken or something.
Oh,
like that.
Blaziken would be so good.
Blaziken in Smash would be like a hybrid Captain Falcon, like a new, like a even more fiery Captain Falcon.
Fire Chicken. I have the same.
We
one,
have
Luke.
2 quadrupeds in Smash. We need another one.
Yeah, we do.
I want a 3rd.
Yeah. Wait, who's the other one?
Duck Hunt.
Right. But I have Poochie also. It's great. But speaking of,
Hating
as far
Swanky
as the Swanky Kong, this is a hot take. Can we get rid of the Mega Punch and give him Coconut Gun?
No.
Yeah.
Mega Punch is fire. Don't do that.
I'm down. I'm
Actually-
down for him to have Coconut Gun though.
Make
Fine, then
Coconut
get rid
Gun
of-
his side B.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then get rid of his
Get rid
stupid
of his
side
side
B.
B.
Get rid of his
Side
side
B
B. It's dumb.
That
His-
move is stupid and
He'd be
like,
the
doesn't
Unga Bunga side B.
Yeah.
Bleh, it's dumb.
If he had a projectile, he I don't know.
He would
be like,
honestly imagine Donkey
I
Kong.
would
with a
not want to fight
projectile.
DK with a projectile, bro.
no, I don't want to do it.
Could you? It's bad enough
It
that it
depends.
hides under a platform fishing for down tilt into Ding Dong. Could you imagine if
Yeah.
he hid under a platform and spammed a projectile while at it,
It's
bro?
like you have to approach DK because he's just shooting the gun across the stage.
I can't, bro.
His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If he shoots you, it's gonna hurt.
Do you ever see the videos like when they make fun of Lanky in the rap and
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, if it shoots you, it's gonna hurt. That's I thought that was funny.
Oh God. All right.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm challenging both of y'all.
Okay.
First to $5, $100.
What, tomorrow?
Either whenever.
Wow, first to $500.
Yeah.
All right.
$500. I'm challenging both of y'all.
That's
$100.
Yeah.
all right. If you guys want to
I
watch
got some
that
of my
hype,
stick drift money to spot on that, bro.
if you guys want to catch that hype, come tomorrow. I'm actually gonna start wrapping up from there because we've been going for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I have to
If
head
there's,
out too.
yeah, if there's anything you guys want to say before we close out, please do go follow these guys. I actually, I added Twitch commands, so if you do !Yoshi or !Bowser, you'll find both of their Twitch information. Follow Matt on Twitter. That's
Oh,
Too
that's so
Clean.
raw.
Yeah,
Too
too clean.
Clean underscore Mateo.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll be there.
Yeah, Luke, you since you have a
they
link
hate-
tree.
Yo, he hates you, Matt.
Yeah.
No Palu for you,
I don't
bro.
know.
No,
I
probably,
like
damn it.
You don't do Twitter that much anymore, though. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I don't be on Twitter.
But if you want to follow him on Twitter, then you can always follow him on Twitter.
I'll
so.
be there.
But
yeah.
if you streamed, I would have put your stream, but you
Yeah.
don't stream.
No,
But-
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. Obviously, if you guys want to see these people in person, come out to Center Stage tomorrow. I don't know if Dave's gonna be able to be there tomorrow. Definitely.
Tomorrow, I might be there, maybe.
All right, cool.
Please
also,
go. I dodged you
Yeah.
twice. My bad.
So
right.
pop out to Center Stages on Thursdays. Pop out to Fusions on Mondays. If you guys ever go to Hyperspace, go pop out to Hyperspace on Tuesdays.
Can I plug?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Please, on April 20th, go to Scarlet Classic Regional, $1,500 pop bonus. Rucker Smash is really, really awesome. And you should definitely go.
You said it's on 420.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
next Saturday.
Yeah. I might be there.
Hit me up to game and smoke, Dave. I got
It's
some
gonna be-
games
Yeah.
for you.
It's gonna be a lot of people's holiday that day, as far as 420.
Yeah.
goes. But yeah. If you guys want to do a quick self insert as far as a plug, as far as where to follow you guys, obviously be outside of what I have in the Twitch commands. Where can they find you guys?
It's that's my Twitch in the command, but other than that, like my Twitter, dleon420. I don't really tweet that much, so yeah, just follow my Twitch and my Twitter if you want.
If
but
you-
yeah,
If you hit me up to smoke, you can find me there. If you hit me
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
if you say you got
Everyone
something
can
rolled
follow.
up, if you got something rolled up, I'll be there. Yo, Sean just popped up.
Sean,
Shout out,
you're
Sean.
just popping in now. Okay, if you want to ask a quick question, go come into the Discord real quick. Exclamation Discord, and ask your question. Be quick about
Yo,
it.
Kyle said he's hitting you up, Matt.
Yeah, and you know he knows where to find me.
Yeah.
You know where to find me. You know what's up. They know what's up.
I guess where to find me, !Yoshi. That's my link tree. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. I tweet, I stream. I just posted a YouTube video and a YouTube short. Content grind.
Content going crazy on the content, guys. Best Yoshi
Hell
content in
yeah.
the nation, bro.
Best Yoshi
Yeah,
in
great.
America.
Hell yeah. Also, if you guys can give me a quick follow, I appreciate it. On both here as well as joining the Discord. That's where you can find all the updates for Center Stage as well as my normal streams. I try to stream at least once a week nowadays.
Did Sean get his question in?
Best advice for someone who's trying to learn tech. That is his question. What is the best advice you guys can get to offer to join? Oh, here we go.
Don't ask Dave this question.
yeah, I'm pretty bad with this.
All right, Sean. What's your question, buddy?
Buddy,
If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
this is such a Sean thing to do right now.
Right?
This is such a Sean thing to do.
Best way to learn tech. So as the guy who like actively labs like a lot of tech, both like universal and character specific, you really just have to like constantly fish for it in the beginning. If you're not just like labbing it, like obviously you should be like labbing it like 20 minutes every day to just get that habit in. But then after you've labbed it comfortably, you literally just want to meme on your friends or like your training partners until you and like keep doing it, and you want to get punished for it. Because when you figure out where you get punished for it and where you don't, then you can know how to actually use it properly. Because if you spam it and you get punished for spamming it, you want to figure out like, oh, I used it in advantage state and it didn't work. Okay, but I used it in disadvantage and it did work. Now I know not to use this tech in advantage state for the most part. and then you actually add it to your real gameplay in tournaments. Like, oh, I know how to use it in disadvantage now. So I use it in disadvantage, but I won't use it in advantage because it'll get me punished.
I have no answers for this. I suck at the game.
Definitely getting that mind muscle repetition. Oh, so that's the most important part. Like figuring out how to do the tech, what is the tech, and then just doing it over and over and over and over and over. And then I would say, honestly, watch a lot of YouTube videos. I think watching a lot of YouTube videos, especially in this day and age where there's so much information on everybody's character, watching YouTube videos, seeing their uses of it, and then like seeing how you could put your own spin on it, I think that's very helpful. Like seeing someone use the tech you're trying to do at a high level, and you're like, oh, I see that, but then they might not use it in other situations. You're like, oh, this is where I can implement it. So I think that's a big thing. Seeing others use it, and then like watching as much information on the tech as you possibly can.
I mean, if I could throw my just some 2 cents on that as well, is if you're also going to be doing that as far as watching and like practicing it as much as possible for muscle memory, play friendlies with people you know who are on your level or better than you, and practice it in games. You know, that's again, practice makes perfect. If you're gonna be doing it on just training mode constantly, it's gonna be fine, but you won't really know as far as how you're gonna be doing it in game, like actually against somebody, until you're practicing with it. If that makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
Word.
Sean, are you there? Because we still can't hear you. No.
This
He's
is
not
such
there.
a Sean thing right now. I'm just
Such
looking
a
at this
Sean-
this picture.
Sean is
Look
a
at his
figment
picture,
of our
yeah.
imagination.
All right, so
It's just Sean's
So he's
face.
typing in chat, so yeah, he can hear us. But all right, thank you for your question, and I'm going to. I can't kick you out from here. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I hope to do these in the future more as far as podcast like styles, but I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing next or who my next guest will be just yet. But stay tuned. Again, if you can give me a follow, that'd be really appreciated. And if you guys want to pop out tomorrow night, I would always love seeing you guys here. But thanks for coming, guys. Once again,
No problem.
Dave,
Thanks for having
Luke,
me.
Yeah, thanks
Matt,
for having me.
thank you guys so much for coming
Whoever
on.
trying to smoke, let me know.
All right, dude.
I got
Yeah.
Be good, guys. Have a good night.
Take care,
Take
fellas.
care.